in comics.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! What? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this massive Overreaction Monday, December 1st, 2025. This program begins now.
football.
It is magical, and the weekend has so many stories that are captivating the entire globe. College ball has so much drama and controversy and great outcomes coming out of rivalry weekend, which is what college football is all about. Just a few days removed here from the championships, the conference championships happening all across the country. Game day will be live from the SEC championship down in Atlanta in a convention center as Alabama and Georgia will fight for the SEC title. If Alabama loses there, will that loss be held against them as you look forward to the college football playoffs? Certainly going to be a part of the story. Georgia has certainly been dominant since losing to Alabama at home and ending their 33-game home win streak. And then obviously the Big Ten is number 1 versus number 2. Indiana hasn't won a Big Ten conference championship since like 1967 or something. They're undefeated, and they just so happen to be from an hour and a half south of here. And the Big Ten championship will be hosted right here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The IU Hoosiers are obviously a fan base that I think is the biggest in the country. I think they have the most alumni that are active and donating or something like that in the entire country. Most definitely in the city of Indianapolis. And the Hoosier basketball team is actually playing at like 3:30 downtown in Gainbridge Fieldhouse as like a showcase event, which happens multiple times throughout the year, and they sell it out every time because of how many IU fans live here in Indianapolis. So Indiana is in the Big Ten championship as the number 2 team in the country, undefeated, first time since 1967 in Indianapolis, taking on Ohio State Columbus, which is just 3 hours away.
Stone's throw.
And their fans are the most. So Indianapolis in the Big Ten championship will be outrageous. It feels like the vibe will be immaculate. The stories are obviously in abundance, and championship weekend is obviously going to be a big determiner for the college football playoff and who's going to be in the 12 counting down to 1. And then the NFL, don't look now, we got chaos happening everywhere.
Yep.
Underdogs are fighting and barking all over the place. And then teams that we thought maybe were shite a little bit earlier in the year have maybe found it and aren't shite. And not only are they going to be spoilers, are they going to sneak their way into the playoffs? And then tonight we have the Giants and the Patriots. And the Patriots are already one of the only 2 teams with 10 wins looking to get 11. They're the number 1 team in the AFC, and Drake May is going to be bananas. We cannot wait to talk about it all. We have a packed show today. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con man, going into Monday Night Football, how do you feel? Now, there were years there where the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football was not something you guys were looking forward to.
No.
You thought maybe this is going to be an embarrassment for the Patriots. And obviously there's teams and fan bases around the country and around the league that their team doesn't even get picked for a Monday Night Football game. Boy, tonight is another one for you guys to kind of put on a show. Is that how the Patriots people are feeling about it?
Yeah, very exciting. Drake May, I mean, anytime you can watch him in primetime, it's great to see everybody to kind of, watch him and say, holy hell, that guy is unbelievable. But yeah, kind of the renewal of a hopeful rival with the Giants. It feels as though May and Dart might be 2 quarterbacks of the future. Jackson Dart coming back after getting his bell rung a bit too many times. And, maybe this is one of those kind of classic shootouts that you don't see coming that could turn into a fantastic game.
Yeah, and Drake May, primetime in New England. We got another showcase coming from their fans.
Red jerseys as well, throwback helmets.
What? Oh, they're always doing it right up there.
Yeah.
I hate it. Who's doing the super duper bell thing?
The leader of the light, the keeper of the light.
Lighter of the lamp.
The lighter of the lamp. Yes, the
1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
Yes, the
high on the opposite shore will be.
Bingo. Paul Revere of the game will be someone awesome, and I definitely don't know who it is. But
Are you overlooking the Giants? You don't even know who the leader of the Paul Revere light is?
No, this is not a Jets Thursday Night Football situation. This is we got to take this one very, very seriously, but I'm assuming it's probably, why not Donnie Wahlberg? Where's Donnie Wahlberg at? Can we get Donnie Wahlberg up there? I mean, he'd probably be perfect, or just some other schlub. Not a schlub, but where's Bill Burr? Where's Bill Burr? Can we get Billy Burr up
Can we
there?
get him up on the lamp?
He might be, standing on some high horse, but still, can we get somebody?
Ride the high horse over to the bell tower.
Boom.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah, he's basically Paul Revere already for one side.
What we were doing there is filling for the people in the back to potentially look up and find out the right answer. I guess there's been no announcement of
that's even better.
No.
You know who might be there?
Oh, no.
Maybe Kenny Chesney's rolling over there.
Wow.
Maybe Kenny's, I guess.
He's going to say the boys fall. He's
Yeah.
doing the entire thing. We could only hope for Monday Night Football. And shout out to your Patriots, man. What a run. What a year. Congrats to everything. And obviously tonight, another showcase of the Massholes, who are a great fan base. Green Bay Packers, don't look now. Holy hell, we're getting hot. Nice little holiday weekend for you. Iowa demolishes Nebraska. Willie C ran wild right into the pooper. That team got crushed by your Iowa Hawkeyes. And the Green Bay Packers look like they're a good football team. Jordan Love goes crazy. It's Toyota-thon.
Yeah, bingo.
We know what that means.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, it was a fantastic weekend. You know, low stress, starting on Thursday with the Packers. Like you mentioned, it's Toyota-thon, so you can kind of know what to expect from Jordan Love. But Micah Parsons is just the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, this guy, every single week, hey, is he going to dominate the game? Yeah, he is. 2.5 sacks, once again, bunch of run stuffs, and then the cherry on top. Because after the Packers game, I was good. I said, hey, whatever happens in this Nebraska-Iowa game, I'll be okay. Because like I said, when we talked to Will Compton, I don't think about Nebraska at all. Rightfully so. Iowa goes into Lincoln, beats the absolute dog shit out of them like they have several times over the last 14 years. Kirk Ferentz has more victories in Memorial Stadium than Matt Rule does. So if you're a Nebraska fan, that one's got to be tough to stomach. And not only that, you got Matt Rule through 2032. So that's something to look forward to. So if you're a Nebraska fan, it's okay. The sun might come out tomorrow. The sun does shine on the dog's ass every once in a while. So, yeah, it was great. It was a fantastic holiday weekend.
Happy Thanksgiving, Tom.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Coach Rule did not deserve that, okay? He's got a lot of hurt players. There's a lot of rumors going around. Who's leaving now? One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
We will talk to you a lot here momentarily. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler.
Yes, everybody.
D-Butts, we appreciate the hell out of you. D-Butt, Mondays, big days.
Oh, yeah.
A lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It is the biggest.
The biggest.
Big X deploy, the biggest.
Yeah.
It is the biggest day because there's so much to talk about. There's so much to overreact to. And these Mondays of this particular season, we've been trying to put together like a scripted play. You know what I mean? We've been trying to do this thing how everybody else does it. There's so many things to talk about. Let's go ahead and zero in on 5 of them. You remember we started doing this? We've continued to do this.
Yeah. I think, what are we going into week 14, about to wrap up week 13. I think we can get better. We
I
should have
think so,
mid-season,
too.
postseason form damn near.
But also, on the flip side of that, I'm pretty proud that we're still doing it.
True.
This felt like something early that we were going to get sick of, and we just have continued to power through. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first 15, driven by Ram.
Here we go.
Whenever you hit the gas pedal on a Ram truck, you're going to hear Ram. And that's what we're about to do through the top 5 headlines coming out of Week 13's NFL Sunday, Saturday football, Friday, Thursday. You get it?
Yep.
Put the clock down, please. Let's get started. Number 5 headline. The jig is up, the booze are out, they finally had it. The renegade.
Shut up, you son!
What was that all about, boys? Oh. Yeah, it happened. Run it, Foxy. They're booing Renegade in Pittsburgh. Oh, no. This guy's choking, almost dying.
It was cold. Sad.
Oh, mama, I'm in here for the Steelers. They're booing their ass at home. I mean, that's happening in Pittsburgh. That's a time-honored tradition. Renegade plays. The entire city goes crazy. Babies at McGee's Women's Hospital, where I was born over there in Oakland, are standing up in their little things doing the dance. Oh, mama. That is what Pittsburgh's about, that moment. Highlights of the defense just demolishing people. It has been symbolic of what the Pittsburgh Steelers are. Steelers fans, for the 3rd time this season, playing good teams, are now losing by double scores, double digits. And they had to lead at the halftime of all of them. Okay? So these Yinzers are going to these games. Some of these things ending real late. Last night, obviously, freezing cold. You saw how cold every Yinzer was in the crowd. They have the lead at halftime in all of them. Seahawks 14-7. Remember that day? That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was whenever we were talking about maybe the Seahawks. Yep, maybe the Seahawks, by the way. And then Green Bay Packers, they were down 7-16, 16-7. The Steelers were up. Green Bay Packers go on and win by 2 scores.
Ooh.
And then Pittsburgh Steelers, 7-3 at half. 7-3.
3 points.
This is good. Yeah, he's good. This is Pittsburgh. Josh Allen, this guy's ass. First play of the second half, Bosa says, hey, Aaron, don't break your nose. Bang. Strip sack, have the whole thing. Game changes completely. Pittsburgh Steelers fans are sitting there wondering, what the hell were we thinking when we bought into this team winning the Super Bowl this year? That is what Yinzers are thinking. That is what Pittsburgh Steelers faithful are feeling. And when Renegade's getting its ass booed, that's obviously problematic. And then you go to the end of the game. Pittsburgh Steelers fans are very good at doing things. And that is unified chants calling for somebody's ass to not be around anymore.
Oh, no.
Ain't that at the time on the
Oh, no.
Whoa. This is not good. We are from Pittsburgh. We've experienced this before. Our show has actually been a vehicle for Yinzers to get their points across to the Pittsburgh Steelers ownership and the Rooney family. Canada, they were chanting Fire Canada in Utah, on the Capitol in D.C., at Pittsburgh Penguins games.
JMU.
Once at JMU, they were chanting it. 20,000 plus were chanting it. Whenever Yinzers find something that they're all unified upon and they've given up, they're going to let that be heard a lot. This chant started there. And I appreciated Mike Tomlin's response. Mike Tomlin said, hey, listen, I share their frustration. Tonight was tough to watch. And it's like, I appreciate Tomlin's answer, Coach Tomlin's answer. Coach Tomlin is obviously an incredible speaker and a good leader, which is why he's been who he is. But boy, Pittsburgh seems to be completely fed up with them right now. And I heard some things said earlier on the show on Get Up. First Take, Stephen A. He was talking about how any other 9 years, no playoff win, you'd be gone, especially in a city like Pittsburgh, which is such a football town. I think that was a very valid point that he made. Now, he did talk about the Con artist, the GM, and he said there was no moves made. Actually, there was a bunch of moves made, which is why this year felt a little bit different at the beginning. Tone, I don't want to say you speak for all of Pittsburgh, but I do think you are a good representation of how Steelers fans could potentially feel about the team, being that you are a diehard of the squad. What are your thoughts, and why do you think it's a boiling point at this? Because it feels like this has been lingering for 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
And then now it's like, we're done showing up for you guys to get your ass kicked and don't even play Renegade? Is that what they're thinking?
Yeah, last night was the tip of the spear, the boiling point, as if you will. Everyone. It's been split about, the coaching staff changes, stuff like that, but everyone is now on the same page. I got a lot of texts last night and this morning. Hey, you okay? Yeah, I am. Because everyone's on the same page now, okay? We can't have this anymore. 9 years without a playoff win is absurd. 3 playoff wins in the last 13 years is absurd. Yeah, they've got 21 straight seasons without a losing season. That's really good, but it's not good enough when you're not winning playoff games.
Yeah, but you can put it on a shirt.
You could put it on a shirt and you could say it, and the national media can be like, yeah, if this guy gets fired, he's going to have a job the next day, which might be right. And Mike Tomlin is a great coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. But sometimes the voice just, it runs dry in the locker room. I don't know. No one's on the same page. Aaron is talking about people not showing up for meetings and film and stuff like that. TJ's talking about literally the same play that they've run over and over and over for the Bills, and they couldn't stop it once. Julian Edelman has come out and said that they know exactly what plays are going to be run against Steelers defense. Jamar Chase has done the exact same thing. It just got to a point, I think it's got to the point with the fan base and the city that this is not the Pittsburgh Steelers. You watch the product and it looks nothing like them. The fans are done with it. Everyone is done with it. We've all had enough.
D-Bud, how do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers locker room feels? Cam Hayward obviously said he got kneed in his stomach and he didn't like how disrespected he was. He also probably didn't love that they did run the same duo play basically with James Cook and had the same outcome every single time. Crack, seal.
5 in a row.
He's out. Yeah, there's 5 straight plays doing the same thing, and they were all very successful. Yes, this has been something that I think a lot of Steelers fans have kind of been talking about with the defensive side of the ball, which Mike Tomlin came from. It's like the defense is terrible, and there's no adjustments. And whenever they talk about being predictable, and the players on the field know that. Is that kind of like, if I remember, and you would have to correct me, you would be the person to correct me here, Legion of Boom, they played like the same shit, right? But you had to beat them.
Yeah.
That was kind of the case. Is that what the Steelers' mindset is too? And has it always been that way? Or why do you think the Steelers are where they are? And how do you think the players feel with all the outside noise about maybe this being the final time of the Tomlin?
Yeah, I feel like we've heard a ton of people, whether it be players or coaches, talk about in the positive light how, hey, these are the same blitzes, these are the same this, the same that. The Legion of Boom, they did their thing. When the Broncos went on their run, you know that, hey, you just had to beat man coverage. Everybody kind of has their own staples, and they just get good at what they're good at. Now, in this league, everything changes week to week. But if you look at these plays, these aren't like dynamic Ben Johnson type run plays or a bunch of moving parts. This is just lining up and running the ball down your throat. And that is the complete opposite of what you think about when you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. You think about toughness, you think about physicality, whether that's on the offensive or the defensive side of the ball. If you think about all the Pittsburgh greats, that's the first thing that kind of comes to your mind, whether it's a guy in the middle or Jerome Bettis or one of these big physical guys. Like, that's what you think. Then Renegade, like, I still got PTSD from that shit, been on an opponent. When that shit comes on, you know, okay, some bullshit just about to come, a strip sack, a pick six, something. So to see 7 fans waving their towel when they go live with that was disheartening. It's Monday. Tone didn't even put his Steelers helmet back on the desk that we both go back and forth on. I feel bummed out about him. But, yeah, it's tough. And I know Tone's getting a lot more than I am, but I'm getting more messages saying I don't like people being out on Mike T. They threw the graphic up about the 3 franchises. I forget which 3 it was. I think Patriots was one of them. 20-plus years of not having a losing record. That is impressive.
It was a good graphic.
It was a great graphic. But sitting here Monday, that team, that fan base, you got to be embarrassed. 'Cause to be a highest paid defense on the field, and those have got T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Jalen Ramsey, Patrick, like these are notable, like Hall of Fame type names. So for them to be sitting in this Monday watching these same plays that we're watching, it's tough. It's going to be a tough meeting room for sure.
And it's tough because the fan base grew up on like the rush defense, and we talked about it last year when Derrick Henry ran for 475 yards in the playoff game or whatever. We grew up. They have the record. There was 32 consecutive games where they didn't allow a 100-yard rusher. 32 consecutive. And now it's almost every single game that there's a 100-yard rusher. And that's just not who we are.
It's crazy.
Right there, we got 90 rush yards, 17 in third quarter.
Beginning of third quarter.
Stat just popped up while you were talking about it. And here's some more stats that aren't good for the Steelers. Hembo cooked these things up. Plus 16 is the margin of first downs between the Bills to the Steelers. Plus 31 plays. Their defense was out there a lot. Boys were tired. 74 plays for the Bills. 43 time of possession sweep. And then that rush yards one there.
God.
Plus 191. The worst rushing margin for Pittsburgh in a home game since 1955. The fact that it's all happening in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And the Yinzers are spending their life watching it. That makes it exponentially worse. Because not only is it these Yinzers, and Coach Tomlin knows that. He's lived there for so long, 20 years, whatever the case, 18 years. So he understands it just as much. Those Yinzers are down home and they're talking to the neighbors. Okay?
Yeah.
The neighbors are saying, Sue went down there. Did you see what they did? Second half, they just let them just run right over. James Cook, same exact. That's what we're saying. Tomlin doesn't know shit. And then they go to the next neighbor. And then they go to the next person they run into. Then all of a sudden, the entire neighborhood feels the exact same way. Mm-hmm. And it's like all you need is just a couple terrible experiences back to back to back. And it's happened all year with them. I think you can. The Yinzers are a group that will kill for you, actually. Like, we'll actually do that for you. And on the flip side, we're done with you. Need you. Need you to go ahead and take a walk here. I think they've always been that way, will always be that way. And I think right now is the loudest that I've heard it as somebody I feel like is kind of tapped into the city of Pittsburgh and how they feel on things. There's always been a group that has been sick of the winning season shit. Sick of it, sick of it, sick of it, sick of it. We get a terrible draft pick. Great. Winning season. Let's get pick number 17. Let's get pick number 18. We can't really get anybody. Oh, we're not going to trade for anybody. Of course we're not. Oh, we're not going to move up. So we're going to get another mediocre player to add to our above average team. And then we're going to steal some games and we're going to have a good time and we're going to renegade this thing. That's cool. There was a group of people that were like that like 5 years ago, 4 years into the lack of winning. I think that started to, it feels now that it is at the biggest and most unified that it has been in the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
the Rooney family has to.
You would think so. You would think so. And a lot of people are really, really mad at ownership as well.
But you could trade Coach Tomlin, right? Wouldn't that be a thing?
You could.
And then there was a report that sorry, I don't know who reported it. I apologize. I saw the headline. There's potential coach conversation, fresh new start thing.
Yeah, Jay Glazer said? If it
no, that was like an NFL football.
Yeah, someone reported that there's an elder coach in the league who might be looking for a change. But anyways, Baltimore and Pittsburgh are tied currently for the lead in the AFC North. And every fan that I've talked to is like, I wish we just would lose out if it means change rather than like, hey, we're in the division fight. Nobody cares about that anymore.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Hey, they can go on a run, though, boys.
That's right.
Hey, go start going to meetings.
Yep.
Start going to meetings. Now you need to go in and not out whenever I say, hey.
I thought he said he was at the meeting. That's what I thought I heard. I know they were on the wrong page as far as the check, but I thought he said everybody shows up to the meetings.
Oh, you're saying the way he delivered it was not condescendingly asking if everybody would start showing up to the meetings. You're saying he was saying everybody show up to the meetings. They just don't understand what the checks are.
Yeah, and we've had conversations for years about how Aaron Rodgers always changes. And Peyton, Drew Brees, Brady, like those are always moving parts. But maybe I misheard it.
Run it.
When there's film sessions, everybody shows up. And when I check to a route,
how do you fix it?
I do the right route, you know? Like, John and I just weren't on the same page. I checked to his in-breaker, and he ran an out-breaker. You know, John is a true professional, so I'm sure he's sick about that. But, you know, I threw a ball I thought was going to get hit by the wind, and it was 4 yards over Roman. So I got to make that throw. But, you know, we have our meetings every week. We have other opportunities outside of the facility, and look forward to seeing all the boys there.
All right. Okay, so he was asked how he fixed the chemistry. He said, well, when there's meetings, everybody shows up. Interesting. Dynamic. That is.
He does look cool, though.
With the broken nose?
Yeah, he looks like a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback.
I thought he was done.
6-6.
I thought he was done with that wrist, 3 fractures, the whole thing. He lands on his face. Everything's busted. I assumed he hurt this one again.
Yeah, probably.
I assumed he somehow hurt this one again or whatever the case is. Then he comes back, bandaged up thing, still taking the thing off, by the way, between everyone. He is, and I think nobody talks about it, he is old school tough guy quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
That is how he views the position. Have to. He even likes taking hits, I think. Like, that is a part of the entire thing. Yeah. And he's been very anti any of the rules. So him bouncing back as a 40-plus-year-old after having Bosa explode through his back and then dump him on his face, and then the worst possible outcome happened. I mean, that shows a lot of grit.
It does.
And Pittsburgh Steelers fans, appreciate the grit. Need to get some wins. We're done with it. All right, let's go to number 4 headline from the NFL Sunday slate. 10! 2 teams with 10 wins. That's incredible. And they're both in the AFC, Con, man. The Denver Broncos, who are almost everybody's kind of Lombardi babies coming into this particular season with that defense, everybody returning. They might have the best defensive player on earth in Surtain. Well, he wasn't even playing for a while. They were winning. He was back doing the whole strap up on everybody. They're fantastic. And Bo Nix and Sean Payton seemingly get the job done whenever they have to. A lot of close games. Games. The stats coming out about them being in close games, 1-score games. I think they have the most 1-score dubs. They have the most 3 points or fewer wins. They have the most this point. Like, they are the close game kings right now. Is that because their defense is so dominant and gets great stops at the right time? Is it because Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and the boys on the offensive side are so resilient and kind of mentally tough they're able to get the job done? Who cares? They got 10 wins. The other team, Patriots, tonight, taking on the Giants, looking for number 11. Both in the AFC. What does that tell you, Con Man?
It really just tells you that the top is very top-heavy, if you will. You know, the Broncos, yes, they're close games, but they win. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Bo Nix, he's coming alive. I mean, he beats the Chiefs, goes on the bye, and then he throws for 320 on Monday Night Football. And yes, it's the Commanders. You can say, well, they shouldn't be barely beating the Commanders in overtime. Marcus Mariota is a hell of a quarterback. I mean, we saw that last night. He led them down when he needed to. They had a 3rd and 15 maybe, and they somehow got the first down. Terry McLaurin being back for them is massive. That's a 4th and goal. Absolute dot. If you watch the replay too, almost gets deflected. Perfect rub route. They almost have it here, but Nick Bonito, nope, that's the touchdown. The Nick Bonito 2-point conversion, he stops it. And this is exactly why the Broncos are going to be in it at the end. You know, we talk about the 10 wins and Bo Nix, and people want to throw shade on him and stuff. Their defense is good enough to win them a Super Bowl. I mean, Bonito and Cooper off the edge, Moss and Surtain in the back end, and then Alex Singleton, probably one of the better linebacker plays from the weekend was Alex Singleton hauling ass back to break up a middle shot to Zach Ertz down the middle. I believe it was a 3rd and 10. But they're fantastic, and their O-line. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, their O-line is so solid. They can run the ball and beat you. They can pass block and beat you. It's one of those things that they're a team that can beat you in any way on the offense and defensive side. 10-2, 9 straight victories. There was a stat, Bo Nix, Drake May, and Caleb Williams from that draft class in the last 9 weeks are combined 26-1, which is ridiculous. But I mean, then tonight with Drake May, I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of get to see the future in primetime. We had it last night, and now we have it again. The Patriots looking to become the first team with 11 wins on the season there without their starting left tackle, Will Campbell, and starting left guard, Jared Wilson. So that will be the matchup to watch. You know, Brian Burns off the edge, Thibodeau out for the Giants, which is big, but Dexter Lawrence in the middle too. It's going to be a hell of a game. It's incredible to see that the young AFC teams are having this much success. 2-game lead in the 1 and 2 seeds, but it's just amazing to be one of those teams there.
Yeah, you talk about the young quarterbacks too. Bo Nix obviously been in the same system here for a couple years. Caleb and Drake, new systems here. So they're only going to go up and to the right. The young boys are certainly playing Bears, obviously, in the NFC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, they are for real. But the AFC, the 2 10-win teams looking for 11, obviously have been dominant throughout. Let's go to the number 3 headline coming out of Week 13 Sunday slate. Oh, big catches. Bad days.
Oh, no.
Yeah, bad days. Don't like, bad days. These guys take L's but have highlight reel catches, so you can't even really talk about it. You can't even celebrate it. If you get a pick and you have a dance, if your team loses, we don't care that you practiced the dance, and people don't care.
Can't even post it. No, I'm saying you can't even post it.
Exactly. Shouldn't. Just read the room a little bit. But on that note, there were some guys that had highlight reel catches, but their teams lost, so we can't talk about it. Chiefs, are they okay? I don't know. Hollywood's got the touch down in Jerry World. Congrats to the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. They got to be absolutely pumped. And the Chiefs, who are they? What are they? We don't know. After they beat the Colts, thought, whoa, the phone. They might be all the way back. Then they lose the Cowboys. It's like, are the Cowboys the best football team in the NFL? The Chiefs still have it. We shall see. Indianapolis Colts on a 2-game slide. Don't love it. Maybe talk to C.J. Stroud here later today. Alec Pierce, absolute weapon and a dog, has become much better for the Indianapolis Colts this year on being a deep threat. A lot of moxie. I assume somebody's going to pay for him in a huge, huge way. And then let's talk about Burks. Burks, baby, number 13 in the corner. Marcus Mariota. Give him a shot. One-handed. How you doing? Now, people said he was a busty butch, and now he's got Mariota throwing him absolute mosses over mosses.
Unbelievable catch. I mean, Riley Moss, that's as good as coverage you can have on that type of play. You just got to look at your coach, look at the sideline, and say, hey, they get paid too. Phenomenal catch on prime time. You know, reminiscences of OBJ on Sunday Night Football.
I saw the 13 for 13 tweet from OBJ, and congrats to the Broncos getting a big-time win. Once again, these are all losing teams, all these highlights. Speaking of, Chargers do their thing to the Raiders. Brock Bowers, too big, too athletic, too absurd. This is an O's the Mentalist type mind blower here. That thing should hit the ground. Great coverage yet again by the Chargers. Brock Bowers doing special stuff since the day he stepped onto a football field, I'd assume, Darius.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Once again, there's nothing more you can do as a defender. Good throw by Actually, I can't even say good throw. It's the back shoulder. You're putting it in a place where only your guy can get it. Just a phenomenal effort by Brock Bowers.
And then friend of the program, took an L. Hey, Carolina Panthers, good football team. Carolina Panthers are good football teams. You know who's a good football player? Puka! Give me that! That's very reminiscent of the Odell Beckham Jr. reach, one-handed snag as well. Having to battle off a hand in there and then bring it in and cradle to the body with the control to be able to keep it off the turf. That's an incredible catch by Puka Nacua, who might be the next one. Honestly, he might be the next one, and whenever it comes down to it, 2-3 years from now.
Unguardable. Matt Stafford, obviously, he had a couple turnovers this game, but this is one of those situations where, hey, my guy's out there, I'm going to throw it up, give him a chance to make a play. He went up there and made a play. And this was a point in the game where you thought, okay, the Rams are figuring it out. They may come back and win it. But like you said, the Panthers are a very good football team.
Are we sure Puka's the same player, though? Because he ran out of bounds yesterday.
People are sending me a couple tweets about that. People are saying he broke a tackle, little off balance, full speed, couple guys here, steps out of bounds. Then he comes back in, though. I think he maybe just lost track, lost his balance. But there was people saying Puka Nacua ran out of bounds. If he did run out of bounds, Puka, I'd like to let you know, yes, let's do more of that. Let's do more of that. We don't need to pick up an extra 3 feet when we already got 17 or 20, brother. Okay? And if it's going to save it, let's do that. Now let's go to the number 2 headline coming out of the weekend. The dogs were barking. Ron Breaker gets a big win last night with Division as well, or Saturday night, obviously, in Survivor Series. The dogs were barking there in San Diego at Petco Park. But also, first 11 games of this week, the underdogs were 9-2, okay, against the spread. Obviously, that would change as the favorites will go on to start winning down the stretch. But throughout Thanksgiving and obviously the Black Friday game, it was underdog city. Why do you think that's the case, D-Butt? Do you think whenever we're celebrating holidays, holiday and the entire world is watching, and there's a turducken on the line and a pile honoring Mr. Madden, and everybody's going to be talking about it. Do you think you can wipe out the record books, you can wipe out the matchups, it's going to be a battle? Why do you think underdogs had such a big time on the holiday?
I don't know if it was one thing in particular. I feel like we always have that week or those couple weeks where the dogs just get to barking. This was definitely one of those weeks. Now, the short, the Thanksgiving and the Black Friday games, we always know you can kind of throw everything out the window. You never know what's going to happen in those type of games. But it's any given Sunday in this league. I think this year is showing the NFL when it comes to parity, like we're right up there with any other league.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Here's the quote the stat from Hembo, actually. Overall, 7 underdogs won outright in Week 13 thus far, second most in any week this season. All 4 underdogs on Thanksgiving and Black Friday won outright. Carolina won as a 9.5-point underdog, second largest. They were 13.5. A couple weeks ago.
Football team.
They're a good football team, man. They could surprise some folks.
Panthers are the only team to win games when they are more than a 10-point favorite. I think at one point they were, or 10-point underdog. I think at one point they were 10-point dogs. Every other team is 0-14. Panthers are 2-0.
Yeah, the Panthers surprise folks. I guess it would be the Gamblers that they're surprising because the sports books wouldn't be scoring it if they didn't think the Gamblers would be doing what they're doing. I don't think a lot of people paying attention to the Panthers. They're kind of turning that thing around, and they're for real. And if you give Bryce Young some time and an ability to operate, he's able to do his thing. And on the defensive side, there's seemingly hungry hippos out there.
Yeah.
Turning Stafford over is a big deal, especially with the season he's having right now.
Yeah, Derek Brown up front, he doesn't get talked about a bunch, but he's one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. On the back end, Mike Jackson, he showed out. He balled out with the pick six. It's been however long now that Matt Stafford hasn't thrown a pick six. And that's kind of used to be Matt Stafford's thing. If it was bad Stafford, it would be some fumbles, which he had late in the game, some pick sixes. Mike Jackson sitting on that route. I think Sean McVay kind of took ownership and said, hey, I wish I would have gave him a better play. But the most impressive win from the Dogs, I would say, for me, was that Bears win. Like, we talked about the Bills running the ball down the throat against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, they ran down the Philadelphia Eagles' throat. 2 backs over 125 yards, just toting that right down the middle. And you watching the plays, you see the replays, you see all the movement, and even though they're simple, run game and run plays, all of the movement, all that eye candy for defensive backs and linebackers is tough to be in the right spot, be in the right place. So Caleb Williams, I don't think is even close to where he needs to be yet in the passing game aspect of it. But when they can run the ball like this and play defense, this Bears team, they're sitting number 1 in NFC for a reason right now.
281 rush yards for the Chicago Bears and jacked Ben Johnson. That's the most versus the Eagles under a Nick Sirianni-led team. Obviously, they had 200-yard rushers, Monangai and Swift, and 17 first downs, which is the most by any team this season. So Chicago Bears kind of did their thing to the Philadelphia Eagles, and you got a lot of Eagles fans going, the tush push, we failed. I mean, we couldn't even do the tush. This isn't what we are. This isn't what we are. This isn't who we're going to be, and we got to figure some things out over there. I don't know how they do it.
A.J. Brown had a good game.
He did.
And
got the ball a lot, 2 tuds.
Yeah, that might be the strategy when you're playing against the Eagles. Let's let A.J. Brown eat and just stop the run. The Caleb Williams roll left touchdown to Cole Kmet was so nasty.
Hey, he's a guy.
He is very, very – like, we talk about the Caleb shit. Like, this is filthy.
Yeah.
In a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Fade away running backwards. Cross body.
And that's Cole Kmet.
Like, he had that in his bag.
Colson Loveland hasn't even really gotten going yet for the offense. He had a 2-touchdown game already, but still, like, if he continues to go, the Bears are tremendously scared.
And Ben Johnson, jacked. Absolutely jacked.
Yes,
I love seeing that. Free wieners for the city, I do believe, because he went tarpless in the locker room. Somebody, Wiener Circle, I believe. I don't remember the name of the place. They're giving up free dogs for the city if Ben Johnson was to go shirtless. And he said, give me 1 more week. Give me 2 more weeks. I think you've been hitting it a little bit harder. Absolutely jacked. And I'll tell you what, every time you look in the locker room or you see anything mic'd up, what I try to see is these people like each other. Obviously you're going to get good quotes, but my eyes always tend to go to, like, how do these people feel about each other? You can kind of pick up little tells because they're always going to edit the mic'd up, so only give you what they want you to hear. Yep. You're not really going to get much shit. But what you can see is how they interact. There's brief moments of interaction. It's like, okay, they seem like they like each other. Ooh, I don't think they like that guy. You can get that out of Mike Up. Ben Johnson, boys love him.
Yeah,
love him.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Till good is better and better is best. And then bear on me. They have a whole thing. Everybody's in. And if he has that culture set up, his culture is a winning culture, right?
Yeah.
Don't we all agree in football?
Oh, yeah.
The culture that Ben Johnson has established. We're going to be powerful. We're going to pound them. We're going to play great defense. And also, we're going to be smarter on offense and design people to be wide-ass open. Oh, yeah, and we got Caleb Williams, who's a super talent. It's like, if the culture has been instilled, there's like no stopping this train, right? Isn't that kind of like the biggest thing? Can he get his culture in? Can he get his culture in? Oh, he lost the locker room. That's what happens when somebody can't get their culture in. Ben Johnson is a hard-ass, allegedly, accountability-driven, and he's got his culture in play already. And it's very obvious whenever you see all the mic'd ups and the cameras behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you got to get results too, especially in the big boy league, the National Football League. You have to get results, and that's how you get the real buy-in from the vets and the young guys. Because we've seen coaches go to certain places and try to be a hard ass and it not work. And I think mainly because it doesn't have the results. So getting these results, and this shows you, man, whatever it takes. Go and get your coach. Like, it matters. Coaching matters. Go and get your coach. Obviously, you have to have a quarterback as well, but go and get your coach. Collegiate level, professional level, go and get your guy, whatever it takes. Whatever bullshit comes with it, it'll be all right. Because those vibes in the locker room, like that is just completely different of anything we've seen from the Bears since, they went to the Super Bowl in Miami in 06 with Rex Grossman running the show. But, yeah, go and get your head coach, get your quarterback. And it shows a lot that Ben Johnson obviously chose to go to Chicago, pair up with Caleb Williams, and now like these guys, man, those are the vibes. That's what you miss. That's the type of shit you miss as a former player being in the locker room. That feeling every game when everybody was picking the Eagles. You thought, okay, the Eagles are gonna figure it out. They gave up 9 points, 7 points, and then to go in there and run the ball down their throat like that against a physical ball club like that, it's nothing better. After
Special,
that.
man.
Yeah, and to D-But's point, like go and get your coach. And I mean, Tony, the only team the Steelers can really look to as far as moving on from a legendary coach would be the Patriots. And you can go back to the Andy Reid Eagles, sure, if you want to, but in recent memory, the Patriots made the decision to move on from Bill and then doubled down on their decision by firing Gerard Mayo after the first year. Like, sometimes you get the wrong guy, but when your right guy comes available, to D-But's point, like Vrabel, like, you just have to make that decision. It takes a lot of balls from the owners. And,
a lot of gutsack to do that.
Yeah,
because you're making a big step. You're changing the trajectory of everything.
And if that culture, it stinks right away, and then you go to another culture.
Oh, is the grass greener?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, and like Ben Johnson deserves all of the credit, obviously, but him bringing in Dennis Allen to be his DC, having a guy who has been a head coach before, because every week going into these games, all we hear about is how banged up the Bears defense is, and they go out and they do the same thing every week. They turn the other team over multiple times, and there's no excuses. So him having the wherewithal to be like, yes, I will have the offense, humming on all cylinders and ready to go, but I also need to get a guy who knows what the hell he's doing on defense, and getting a guy who's been a head coach before, like, that was a massive move as well.
I agree. Congrats to everybody that was an underdog and had a great holiday. We very much love that. It showcases that our league, anything can happen on any given field. And Sean McVay was asked about those Panthers. Did you guys not respect them? And he basically said, Carolina Panthers is a good football team. That's basically what he said. Yeah. It's the NFL. Everybody's good. There's a couple ball bounces this way. I wish I would have given a better play. What he wanted to say was, hey, Carolina Panthers are a good football team.
Yeah, Bryce Young, youngest quarterback to 11 game-winning drives was the stat yesterday for him as well.
Already, yeah. All right, congrats to them. That seemed like a lost cause.
Mm-hmm.
From top,
oh my God,
all the way to the bottom of the stadium. Even their fake AI thing, the Panther that they had.
Oh, yeah.
It was the worst one of all time.
I liked it.
It was cool, but you really couldn't tell.
It was a GIF. It was a gift they just put on Jumbotron. What are you talking about?
Cool.
Similar to
they say, look to your right. It's in the stands. No, it's not.
That was the thing. It was only,
it was good
1,000 people in the stands.
It was sick. Okay,
yes.
Let's not act like you didn't pull that up on the phone.
ChatGPT could go make me one of those.
That's a different time. Now. We can't. That's relative. But
good point.
To Lions reversing the curse with Daniels and Manning with doing the whiskey thing, kind of you could make the argument with Tepper opening the stadium for the
Hurricane
fundraiser.
Relief. Yeah, with Luke Combs, Eric Church, Caleb. I forget who else was all down there. Chase Rice. Sold out the stadium. Mm-hmm. You can have it. And also here's donation on top of it. And also this on top of it. It's like, wait a minute. Did the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes?
Yeah, flipped the whole thing.
It really did.
Remember when he was going into restaurants?
Yeah.
Like, hey, take that sign down right now. I ain't firing anybody.
Smack the guy's hat off his head.
And then he had his ice.
Yeah, the ice on the fan.
Yeah, I ain't doing this. Get the hell out of my face.
Menace.
And he was a menace. Yes. He was an absolute menace.
And then he opened up the stadium.
And then he said, you know what, geez, I got to step back a little bit. And everything he's ever done, he's had success. Mm-hmm. So it seems like that's happening right now. Number one storyline. Hey, listen, the AFC South, it just means more. Now, everybody understands that going into the year that the AFC South is a juggernaut. The AFC South has Mount Rushmore of teams, basically. Hey, how many teams are in there? 4. Where would they go? Rushmore, all of them. Titans, a little problematic. Okay, they got to figure it out.
Maybe worst team ever.
Could potentially be. They are exactly what we were just saying about the Carolina Panthers, and there's been some other teams that have been in this position since our Texans at one point were in this position. Whenever we were kind of doing
Raiders
this live
not
show.
too far off.
Yep, they're seemingly heading that way potentially, but they got Tom Brady there, so we assume that he will figure it out and everything like that. But the Tennessee Titans got a lot to figure out. Cam Ward, I think, has all the talent in the world. If you put nothing around him, will he ever be able to accomplish anything? We have no idea. But the people of Nashville are great football people. So, hopefully that'll come together because Nashville and football being great would be fantastic and has been fantastic, but they fire Vrabel. Vrabel now maybe coach of the year with New England. Lady doesn't even show up at the firing of the thing. I mean, there's just a lot with them being bad. Jaguars, though, don't look now. Liam Cohen's got them rolling.
Go football team.
D'Amico Ryans, Houston Texans, well, they just get a huge win in division.
Go football team.
They get a huge win in division in a difficult place to play. Now, the AFC South, though, everybody has to still play everybody. Okay, Colts still have to play Jacksonville Jaguars twice. We have to play the Houston Texans one more time. Every divisional game for the Indianapolis Colts has come in the final quarter, basically, of the NFL season. Remember when we were the hottest team in the NFL?
I do.
Yeah, there was no division games then. All the division games are right now. And guess what? Our quarterback has a fractured fibula, which I didn't even know what the fuck it was. And I looked it up. That thing's right here. That's a very vital one.
You need that.
Yeah, you do. That came out of nowhere. Saw him on injury report. Whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? Nothing. No, all good. Okay, it'll be good. He's still playing. See him on the injury report again.
It's all good.
What's going on here? Nothing's going on. Then I see a video from Romeo Wood.
Ooh.
He's doing.
Big Ben.
Can't even move.
Put him in a boot.
What's he doing?
He's all right. He broke his leg. He'll be fine.
Well, at least you have AR as backup, right? Oh, no.
He heard himself warming up.
Yeah. Well, at least non-division games for the Seahawks and the Niners.
Yeah, couple cupcakes.
Yeah, it's easy road here for the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
I don't know if this was Roger Goodell or who it was.
See that.
We've been through enough. But on that note,
tough sketch.
Yeah, and listen, CJ, I mean, this guy, I don't know what his problem is. He's throwing a ball basically like this. 30 yards down the field, right on the money to somebody every single time. It makes no sense how good he is seemingly every time he steps foot into our building. He is everything that you would want your quarterback to be when he's in our building. Now, our defense made some plays. Even got an interception, did a dance. It was sweet. We did a lot of good things. Alec Pierce made some plays. But inevitably, in the end, the Houston Texans beat the Indianapolis Colts. And it wasn't just the Houston Texans, might I add. It was also the refs. Okay? It was also the officials.
Bullshit.
Listen, they put ass in these officials are ass. Okay, that is what these particular refs did. This is a delay game. Okay, it's 3rd and 15. Obviously, field goal range. So 16-13. We assume Kaimi Fairbairn will make the kick. Maybe. Okay, so obviously a delay of game. So they should have had to play. Then we get a phantom defensive pass interference call. Okay, so play shouldn't happen. Okay, and now what? Oh yeah, pass interference on who? On that? And then the ref is literally standing right behind it. He had good eyes on this thing. I saw him. This is right down our thing. He calls defense pass interference. Obviously, they get a first down. Okay, sweet. This should have been a field goal. Instead, end around. Collins, touchdown, Texans. All of a sudden, it's 20-13, right? Well, that would be if they hit the extra point. Well, let's go to the extra point. Yeah, he misses it. Okay, so it doesn't even go in. And this guy, yep, it's good, right? That's what we're doing. So this is all within a span of like 4 or 5 plays. So whenever you talk about an entire building just getting the you suck chance out of them as aggressively as possible, you're talking about in this exact moment. It was absurd, and it was back to back to back to back. And it's like the Houston Texans defense is phenomenal. Okay, yeah, there are some Texans fans in there. The fans are also great. CJ Stroud.
What the hell?
Oh, no. Is this real? They had to change the name?
Brandon Alvarez. I do not.
Oh, no.
Wait, when they do that?
I told X they can't do this. I told her, hey, excuse me. This is not allowed. AI is getting out of control.
Oh, that's not real?
I don't think. No, that's not real.
Okay.
Were the cranes already going up when you guys were leaving yesterday to do this? Or
that is not real. That is AI. It is not actually.
It looks great.
Wait, really?
Brandon Alvarez said he took the picture, right? Then he said, no. Damn, Pat responded to a pic I made. Oh, yeah, it's fake. It's not fake.
Oh, okay.
Wait, but did he make it in like with his
Like
camera?
He was the foreman.
Yeah.
No, he was on the thing, and he was doing it because every time
He
CJ
wasn't in the
plays,
helicopter?
he did not. That is not. It's called the Loud House. It is not called the Stroud House. I'm done with it. But this is what happens when CJ plays against us. Seemingly always wins. And with the Indianapolis Colts quarterback situation being what it is, we're in trouble because a big part of Danny Dimes' offensive contributions is the fear that he can outrun you, which he can. Hey. White boy got a little motion whenever he was running.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes, he kind of looks like a nerd, acts like a nerd, everything like that. He's big, strong, powerful, fast boy.
Over rush yards.
Over rush yards every single game. That's a massive part of his game. There really isn't much fear of that right now, I don't think. And Houston Texans' #1 defense, that was not the right team to have to play against with that. They are.
They hunt.
They do.
Yeah,
Boy,
do hunt.
I actually thought a couple different times, these fans have to hate watching these games. Their defense is so good. This is ass. Like your offense, you're here for the offense. You show up and your offense is going to be ass against this team. So you just got to sit there and be, all right, maybe next time. All right. This is getting kind of boring, isn't it? Boo! We need to start doing some stuff. Boo! It's like, well, this Texans defense doesn't let you. They are very good. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, very good. And the Indianapolis Colts, we're trying to hold on right now. We are trying to hold the hell on right now. We got a tough road down the stretch. Joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, is senior NFL insider and Michigan man, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter. Shefty, sorry we made you wait there. We apologize. Let's talk about Danny Dimes, shall we? I didn't know what a fibula was. I had to obviously Google it, ask where it is. That feels like a pretty important one to somebody who's pretty mobile. Now, Danny Dimes, fractured fibula, what do we know? And what should we be expecting going forward?
Well, I think it's a hairline fracture, and I think it compromises his lateral. You'll see that he has not been able to move laterally as much as he did earlier in the year, and they're not calling as many plays for him to run as they did earlier in the year, and it seems to be an issue in that regard. Obviously, he's full participant in practice. Obviously, he's going to play, but obviously he's not going to play the same way that he's been playing, and I think that has impacted their offense some.
Yeah, it certainly has. And also, it hurts very bad, this type of thing. So, obviously, the amount of mental toughness that he'll have to go through every single step. We shall watch as the journey to the AFC South Championship rolls on. Sauce Gardner, we lost him very early in the game. I was actually with Tyrese Halliburton, recovering very well, by the way. I just showed a one-footed dunk last week. Tyrese Halliburton was in the suite. Watching the game, he's a big Colts fan, loves coming out. He saw the replay of this, and obviously he's going through an Achilles thing right now. He goes, hey, that looked like something, he looked back there, that calf, something along those lines, immediately upon it happening, because that's kind of the MO of one of these things. It feels like somebody kicks you from the back, they say, and then he got carried off. Now, he's walking there, but when he was on the field, there was no pressure on his foot at all. So we were all very, very worried. What are we hearing with Sauce Gardner? Is obviously we were bummed out quick that we lost the #1 out there.
Yeah, well, the good part is, obviously, it doesn't seem like it's his Achilles. And the great Dr. Randy Moss diagnosed that right away. We were in our conference room watching the games after Sunday Countdown. And obviously, to your point, Pat, everybody thinks, okay, is this an Achilles? But within minutes, Sauce was back on the field in a boot and with crutches. And Randy's like, if you tear your Achilles, you're not coming back out into the field. It won't be his Achilles. And it doesn't look like it was. It looks like it's a calf injury. It looks like it's multiple weeks. I think we may have seen the last of him for roughly about a month. Roughly. We'll see if they decide to put him on injured reserve or not. Hey, the good part is it's not his Achilles. Because if it was his Achilles, you don't even know if the guy's ever going to be the same kind of player again. Fortunately, it looks like a calf injury. Calves are not fun, and it looked like it was very painful, and hopefully he's back soon, and hopefully Tyrese Halliburton's back soon.
Yeah, well, I've been telling Tyrese the Pacers need him, so maybe we expedite this thing. I think we've won 3 games this year, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think second last night.
Okay, yeah, whatever the case. Yeah, Tyrese going to be back in good spirits. Nice to hear that Sauce going to be back for our playoff push here in Indianapolis as it takes place. A couple other injuries as well. Any updates? Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Shefty, Thanksgiving, Amon-Ra went down early with an ankle. They have Thursday Night Football this week. What's it looking like for Amon-Ra's recovery?
I would say most people would not be able to make it back for Thursday Night Football. Knowing Amon-Ra, I think he's going to wind up pushing to try to play on Thursday night. Now, whether he can do that or not, we'll see how the week of practice goes, and we'll see how he feels on Thursday. I don't think they're going to be ready to rule him out quick. Maybe they will, but I think he's going to give it a chance to be able to try to play on Thursday. I'm not telling he will, but this guy is very, very tough.
Yeah, very tough, very strong. I mean, seemingly built for everything. If he's able to bounce back that quick, I think we will all be impressed. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're missing, if he doesn't play on Thursday night, no Amon-Ra, no Sam Laporta, all the injuries in the second. It's a lot to overcome for them.
No Ragnow.
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, what happened today? Ragnow came in and the doctors were like, hey, exactly what we said like 6 months ago. You just can't.
Yeah, you need to stay retired.
You can't do it, dude. We're sorry. Like, we wish we could, but the scans have come back.
Lose my license.
The exact same as whenever you had
Muscles
retired,
off the
brother.
bone, Frank.
Your whole body is broken, Frank. And obviously the world respects the shit out of you for that, but it's like, we can't let you back on the field. Just like last year, we were come on, Frank, you're too damn tough. We can't do it. Is that what happened? Is that basically how the whole story went with Frank Ragnow?
It's me, like, he goes in there, they announce he's coming back, he wants to come back, and they go in, the doctors look, and they find a hamstring issue.
Frank,
great.
Shredded.
Frank, you
Can't pass physical. And that announcement came about 15 minutes before Michigan Ohio State kicked off, in a weekend in which the Lions already lost the game on Thanksgiving Day. So they lose Thanksgiving Day. Now you lose Frank Ragnow, not that he had him. I'm like, I know how this Michigan Ohio State game's going. The whole weekend for Michigan, like that's how it's going for the state right now. I mean, I could have predicted that right away.
It was cold up there, man. It was cold up there. Congrats to Ohio State getting a big-time win. Big-time win by Ohio State Buckeyes. Hey, young team up there in Michigan. They can learn from this as they go forward. Foxy, you a little bit worried about these lines, man? You a little bit worried about what's going on?
I mean, as Schefter said, I was heading home for Thanksgiving. It's Wednesday. Ragnow's back. We're going to beat the Packers tomorrow. The Lions are going to be in the playoffs. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. Everyone is fired up for the best Thanksgiving of all time, and then we lose. Ragnow's out. And I'm not a Michigan fan, but I know a lot of people that went to the Lions game on Thursday, spent their Thanksgiving at Ford Field, and also spent their Saturday at the Big House. One of the worst weekends of all time for those people. So, yeah, it's been pretty tough over here.
Yeah, sorry to hear that about your holiday if that's how it went. But on that note, the people in Ohio are living nice. The people in Ohio were living very, very nice. And good luck to the Lions as they continue to do this. Okay, last big-time injury. We don't know if you're going to have any updates. Obviously, quick turnaround. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Schefter, anything on Justin Herbert? We heard he broke his left hand, and we just saw Rodgers, have a couple breaks in his left wrist, and he missed a week, obviously. The Chargers haven't said whether or not he's going to miss a game yet, but with their, playoff positioning, they obviously can't really afford for Herbert to miss any time. Have you heard anything on that?
He's having the surgery today. He says he's going to try to play. He's treating it as if he's playing. Now, again, he's going to have the surgery. We'll see how he can get through the week of practice, what his grip on the football is like. I don't know if there's any ligament damage. I think that's a key question here. When doctors go in there, maybe they find some ligament damage or not. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's back soon. Yesterday he goes out and then comes back in with that giant, oven mitt on his left hand and finishes the game. That guy's a warrior.
Absolutely.
He's going to try to play next Monday night. We'll see if the surgery today allows that to happen. I think it's up in the air.
He's a football guy. Herbert's a football guy. If he can play, he will play. Definitely. Max Crosby and he obviously had their moment. Whenever he shoves him for yelling in his ear, Max says, did anybody fight Max?
I think a lineman ran over. I don't know about fighting Max.
I don't think so. Just walked off.
I don't know. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. Max Crosby, though, what a menace when you talk about menaces of all menaces. He's doing his thing. Love good AFC West football.
Oh, that was in his ear. That's the first time I seen the whole thing. Yeah, okay.
It's a little Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he was screaming right at him.
92-yard touchdown! When he's yelling in that defensive line. Helps after he helps him up in that entire thing.
I like that.
Yeah, there's a little heat there.
Yeah,
we like that there's a little heat there.
Baby.
Yeah, I do love everything about it. Okay, let's move on to some big-time stories that are obviously developing. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Schefter, I'm not sure if you saw it, but for the fourth time this season on primetime in front of a national TV audience, the Steelers got embarrassed. Renegade got booed, and there was fire Mike Tomlin chants. Yep. Is there any chance that there is a change in Pittsburgh this season? What are the reads or vibes you're getting out of that building?
Tony, I've always felt like if a change ever occurs there, it's going to be because Mike Tomlin doesn't want to be back there. Mike Tomlin, again, I know the people in Pittsburgh don't like it. Hasn't had the losing season in his 18 years as a head coach, trying to make it in a row. They also haven't won a playoff game since 2016. So it's both ways. Some people view it one way, other people view it another way. I could say if they didn't want Mike Tomlin there, and maybe the message is stale, maybe he moves on like Andy Reid, finds a new home. Andy Reid's time in Philly had run out. He went to Kansas City. We see how that worked out for him. Of course, he drafted Mahomes, but it worked out incredibly well, and the Chiefs obviously love having him. If Mike Tomlin were a coaching free agent, he automatically would become the number one coaching free agent out there. He could have any coaching job he wanted. He could have any broadcasting job he wanted.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, maybe the Steelers fans clearly have had enough of Mike Tomlin, but I don't know that they're not firing Mike Tomlin. That's not going to happen. We're not going to get one of these announcements that the Steelers have relieved him of his duties the way that we get from other teams.
Would there be a trade or anything like that? Would that be the conversation? And obviously, Coach Tomlin would have to be the one that kind of says he's good with it. Yeah. Coach Tomlin, whenever this is just like the James Franklin at Penn State, but Tomlin actually won a bunch. 5-10 years from now, everybody, if there is a change, we're not saying that there is, or we have any say in anything, or the Rooneys kind of do their entire thing. People will look back on Tomlin as super pot. Tomlin will be remembered as absolute hero in Pittsburgh at some point. But I think the Pittsburgh people, like you mentioned, 18 years of winning season, they're like, we're done with that whole thing. We'll be excited to learn. Yeah. Okay, we got to be quick here because we obviously pushed the first 15 too long. D-Butt has a question for you about another team that's thinking about change.
Yeah, we'll stay in Pennsylvania with the Eagles. Obviously, defending Super Bowl champs, but it's been ugly. Couple games sliding now on offense. Any changes coming at the offensive play caller with Kevin Patullo? He'll be out.
They've said no, they're not doing that. Everybody wants changes there too. I think that Nick Sirianni probably has to get a little bit more involved in the offense. The offensive line's got to play better. There's probably a combination of factors, but Nick Sirianni said they're not planning to do anything like that, D-Butt.
Okay, that's big news out of Philadelphia. Hopefully they're able to get rolling again. When Saquon was going, it was so much fun.
It's cool.
Yeah. It was so much fun. When Jalen was doing cool stuff, it was always fun. Now it just seems like there's drama over there. Too much. A lot of distraction, but never distraction with you, Adam Schefter. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Happy Monday.
You in studio tonight, or what are you doing?
I'm sitting in my house right now. I'm going to go to the doctors. I've been coughing for about a week. With every cough yesterday, Greeny would move further and further away from me in the conference room. Like every time I cough.
That's a good idea.
Greeny,
you need to see up, brother, over there. Okay, good luck. We're pulling for you. We love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Hey, Schefter.
Congrats to the Buckeyes, by the way.
Yeah.
So good.
Good pick.
Hey, felt good about it.
Good team.
In the face full. Hour 2 on the other side. Goodbye.
On the way here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly.
I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly. Feel like new school, G, life's pretty cool, G. 3 jobs, few beans, tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
Guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today, and he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm gonna wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and
Change shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account juicy, cancel you me, ugly man spooky, folks watch who sees, hating folks dookie, yeah you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for 2K. Yeah, you waiting for 2K. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes, and you
you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Go! Go!
Make me want us. Put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some tree and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder now, a little bit louder now.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, what? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this massive Overreaction Monday, December 1st, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is the greatest, and we're so lucky that we get a chance to chat about it. It's not just me, obviously. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone sitting right there. Tone, how'd the public do this weekend? Do we have the numbers on how the public did over the weekend here?
I do, actually. 60% or more of the bets of the team. Sorry. Let me restart that.
Yep. Hey, from the beginning. Hey, Tone, how'd the public do this weekend? You got any books on that or anything?
Yeah, Pat, let me tell you about that. Teams that were getting 60% or more of the bets against the spread were actually 5-4 this week. That's our first winning week of the year, baby.
Wow. Oh, mama, I'm in here. Oh, my, maybe we just try to keep that for like a good feeling.
Yeah, maybe I like where you're at. Maybe the Patriots take that song tonight.
Don't you do that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. That'd be perfect with the leader of the line.
Don't you do that.
Yeah.
Who did the Yankees pitcher who had that?
Thank you. You're right.
The Pittsburgh.
Oh, Mariano. Oh, David
fine.
Bednar.
Yeah, he's Pittsburgh guy, right?
Yeah.
Came from the Pirates.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you thought Curse of the Babe was bad. You take Renegade, you see what that curse does to you.
I don't believe
you
guys.
No, I don't know if he's gonna even come out to it anymore because that's the whole reason he did it, because he was thinking of James Harrison sacking Joe Flacco. That's
He's still
why
thinking that.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans booed Renegade last night in the fourth quarter when the defense was on the field. A tradition that is maybe one of the best in the NFL.
And
there's not a lot of.
And we'll take it with a happy heart.
No.
Don't you have like living on a prayer or some bullshit?
We got basically and whoa. Don't you bullshit John Bon Jovi, okay? Let's calm down for a second. But we'll gladly take Renegade. And just like Coach Gary Gaines says, ain't no such thing as curses.
I mean, maybe the Loud House takes Renegade too.
I mean the Stroud House?
You need
Didn't like that.
9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler. I don't like that one bit.
I didn't like that.
CJ has a lot of success in that building.
He does.
He looked good.
Has he ever lost?
4 weeks?
Has he ever
I don't think so.
He's on the field.
I don't think he's ever lost there. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. And boy, it's nice to have eyes on it because every time he drops back, you think this guy's got nowhere to throw the ball. This guy has nowhere to throw the ball. And then somehow he throws it to a spot. It hovers, okay, just doesn't go high and just right into somebody's hand. He's unbelievable. And the way he walks is just so confident. Just so confident. Because I think he's a little duck-footed, right? So his feet go out like that. And he's a heel-toe walker. So he has a natural sway because his duck feet kind of lead him to this thing. So his moxie radiates literally through every step that he takes. It's He's a weapon, dude. He is an absolute weapon. Collins, very good. Woody, very good. I mean, you talk about the defense, number one defense in the league. It's like, I don't look, but it's called the Loud House. It's not called the Stroud House. No matter how many times C.J. Stroud goes in there and has career days, okay? We're kind of all done with that. You worried about the Colts?
Yeah, because of the Daniel Jones injury. I think that's big. Him being a tough guy, being out there is big news, but obviously you talked about it, his athleticism, his ability to extend plays. Yes, and then the schedule.
One win on there?
Yeah.
I
see
I got good news. There's another Duke quarterback that can run waiting in the wings.
Yeah, Riley Leonard, I see him. He's big, strong, strapping.
That was went to the national championship.
No.
Remember that first drive in the national championship?
18
I remember.
And the last
Put
one.
the team on his back.
Excuse me, this guy's been in the lab here in Indianapolis with Shane Steichen, which is his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
Wasn't a whole lot of that today.
Yeah, a lot of stinking.
Joining us now live from Manatee, Ohio, is a college football national champion with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wow. He's waking up feeling much better today than he was for 2,191 days. He's a Super Bowl champion, ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Hawk. All the days, A.J., now you get a chance to say, I'm happy today, because you guys finally beat Michigan. You did it up there in Ann Arbor. I'm happy for us, man. I'm happy we did it. I'm happy we did it, A.J.
Yeah, it was a very smart pick, I think, that you made on College Game Day, obviously, with Hutch sitting right next to you. He was very good, actually, by the way. I appreciate him and his energy and how he interacted with you guys and everybody on the panel. But, yeah, I mean, the Bucs went up there, took care of business. Here we go. We got Indiana next. Another week. Here it is.
Yeah, humble. We're going to win with some humility here. I'm not going to – I liked Ryan Day saying, I've thought about what I was going to say in this press conference a lot.
That's awesome.
Okay? I'm going to save those for another day, and I'm going to win with some humility here. I also appreciate him afterwards talking to Coach Sherrod Moore. Hey, you got to get your guys out of here, okay? We're not going to go on your shit, but this is going to get bad if this doesn't happen or whatever. And then him actually telling the boys, we're not doing that. I appreciate the fact that there was seemingly a little bit of an understanding, like, hey, we were supposed to win this one. All right, now we know it's the first time we've won this particular game, but we were supposed to win this one. In our minds, in the national coverages, everybody's eyes, we were supposed to win this one. But Brutus maybe had one of the greatest mascot performances of all time. What a photo. What a situation. He's standing on his head during game day. Okay, that was
sweet.
That was nuts.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's a Buckeye.
Yeah.
Pretty
You
good.
understand? But, AJ, I was happy for the state of Ohio. I was happy for the boys to get a chance to experience happiness in this particular rivalry. And I thought about you out there, bud. I really did. They had to do that. In khakis, too. Shout out to Harbaugh. I mean, just the whole thing. Really, really good. But, AJ, I thought about you guys, dude. Happy for you, genuinely.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought even how it played out was great for Ohio State and moving forward. First off, AQ is FaceTiming me right now. I'm not sure if he knows I'm on the show or what's going on, but he's FaceTiming my computer as we speak.
Yeah. But, I think we should think about answering that.
Yeah.
Can I just let me end and accept, I guess. But I thought for Ohio State, how they played and getting down early, throwing the pick early, getting hey, they haven't really been in that situation this year when things are really up against it and people could panic and think, oh no, what are we going to do? Is this going to happen again? And they just stayed calm, figured it out. Obviously their defense is awesome the whole time and then just pounded the rock the whole second half.
It was great vibes, obviously, in that stadium. Cold as hell, man. Cold as hell. And Michigan, Fox Sports is basically an entire Michigan lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So going up there as College Game Day is certainly fascinating, because the drive and the train. So I get to see a lot. Okay, I'm driving around the neighborhood to get to the stadium from where set is to get to and kind of through it all. It's such a cool thing that this happens. It is. I talked about at the beginning of College Game Day. Rivalry weekend is like what college football is at its absolute best. Like the passion, the actual genuine emotion and happiness or absolute misery that comes from the outcome of these games, and that's been happening for generations and generations, is what makes college football so damn special. So it was awesome to be a part of. Now, with all that passion comes some drama and controversy. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a guy who was sleeping on Lane Kiffin's cot this weekend. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who deserves every award that you could possibly give to an investigative journalist, a pundit, maybe if there's a hair model too.
Yep. For sure.
And also a man who's just cool as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, Marty Smith.
Yeah.
Marty, how you doing, bub?
Gentlemen, good afternoon. I hope you're well. It's always great to spend time with you. And I'm not even sure what the hell my name is. I don't know where I am.
Of course.
I just want to say this to America and beyond. The memes were incredible entertainment throughout the entire soiree. So thank all of you who understand AI. I do not. I have no idea what it is or how it works, but it kept me and the boys very well entertained throughout Saturday and Sunday.
I love that the internet was your tag team partner through this because, boy, we were following your every step. You were in your hotel room talking about it. You were in the facility talking about it. You're at an FBO talking about it. You were pushing back meetings. You were saying there was a meeting. Now it's been pushed back yet again.
Back meetings. That's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, yet again. So we appreciate you following it. Biggest story, obviously, in college ball right now. There's so many things that could be talked about on the field, but obviously Lane Kiffin potentially leaving his school in the middle of the best run that they've ever had and going to a rival school before the college football playoff became the story that captivated almost the entire thing. There was a lot of exposure, I think, to the flawed CFB calendar on when the transfer portal is, when the recruiting deadline is, when teams can go, when the playoffs are. So I think there's going to be some changes made from this entire scene, but we didn't get any of the changes for this particular situation. How would you describe what you experienced and basically the Lane Kiffin situation as a whole from your perspective, embedded in the middle of it basically over the last 48 hours?
I've tried to drill down on that, Pat. I've tried to think really intentionally about everything we just experienced because Lane is an enigma. He's such a unique personality. And I would venture to say, having been around him a lot, the personality that you see on social media is not always indicative of the person that he is when you're having a conversation with him. And on social media, he's very flamboyant and boisterous and controversial and polarizing. But when you're talking to him one-on-one, he's much quieter and more introspective. And so going into this thing with all of the growing groundswell of what is his decision going to be, the fact that Keith Carter, the athletics director at Ole Miss, basically gave him an ultimatum. All right, it's going to be Saturday. I got to know Saturday after the Egg Bowl. So I'm commissioned to go cover the Egg Bowl as part of the broadcast and try to give some semblance of insight during the game, not just about the decision itself, but the person making the decision, who again is a very complex man. And then the Egg Bowl ends. And I go over to Oxford, and then it got really interesting because there was this information coming in that the two sides were not agreeing. And the main crux of that was, as millions of you know, he wanted to coach this football team. And then there was some back and forth about if he does take the LSU job, who goes with him that's on the current staff at Ole Miss. And those were major sticking points. Those were there was a lot of tense conversations around that between Keith Carter and Lane Kiffin. And then we show up Saturday morning. We do all of the shows and College Game Day, and we're trying to give some insight. And I talked to Lane for quite a while Saturday morning, and he gave me what he could. And then we waited and waited. And I mean, we didn't leave there until I don't even remember what time it was. I want to say midnight-ish Central, I think something like that. We were there 18 something hours and with no resolution. And I don't know if you guys saw the clip from SEC Network. I mean, I texted him in the 8 o'clock hour around 8:45 or 6. And I'm like, bro, is there going to be a resolution tonight? Please, God in heaven, tell me yes. People are putting AI on the internet where I look like a damn crypt keeper. We got to do better now. We got to figure this out. Yeah. So, then, brother, you wake up Sunday morning and you still don't know. And I'll tell you, I think the only story that I've covered that was this type of news that might have been a little weirder was when Scotty Scheffler got arrested at Valhalla. Which, by the way, they should have engraved an Emmy and handed it to Jeff Darlington immediately. That was the most brilliant reporting I've ever seen. And then I chased him down to the tarmac and interviewed him last evening.
Hell
Yeah, you chasing him down to the tarmac is obviously special because Lane Kiffin starts it with, hey, I really like the way you ran through. I assume you had to jump through some stuff, hide behind some stuff.
Oh, buddy. Let me tell you guys this story. It's a hell of a story.
Yes.
So, all right, the Ole Miss meeting ends. A player comes out and yells, "It's the Pete Golding era." So we're all like, "Oh, hell, okay. They've made Pete Golding. Is he the interim? Is he the full-time? What are we doing here?" So we're all working our phones trying to figure that out. And then I get a text from Lane. And he goes, "I'll do your interview right now." I'm like, "Awesome. Where? When? I'll do it. We'll go to your house. We'll go to the moon. We'll go to the airport." And there had been a lot of information coming in that 2 LSU planes were landing at the Oxford airport in just an hour or so, hour or 90 minutes. And I was still waiting to get this information from him on when we might do this. Nothing. Crickets. So I look at my guys and I'm like, "Boys, we're going to the airport." Like my journalism antenna went up. I'm like, "We're going to the airport." So we go to the airport and we wait and we wait. And it was cold as hell. Cold. And then I get a note from him and he's like, "We're on the way." Well, I knew, all of you guys are big private jet guys.
Whoa.
So I know you guys know this.
Whoa. Don't give away. It is very nice. It is very nice.
I knew that given the scene, which was bedlam, I mean, the people showed out at the Oxford airport ready to tell my man Kiffin that he's number one.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's hurt.
And
Thank you, Lane.
I knew they were going to drive him straight onto the tarmac. So I'm trying to figure out how to get on the tarmac when I know that's against the law. You can't just walk out there. So I'm like, "Dude, where are they taking you?" So he tells me this area, right? I'm not going to disclose the area, but I did know that it wasn't where I was. So I yell at my crew. I'm like, "Come on, boys, let's go." And I had been given at the Birmingham airport Thanksgiving night this conversion van.
Yeah.
Now, y'all, this ain't no minivan.
No.
This is like a 16-person.
Oh, yeah.
It's like driving a loaf of bread. And I'm going to tell you something now. I've been getting my balls busted constantly about that by everybody in the world for driving that loaf of bread. But you know what? God is so good.
Yes, he is.
If I didn't have that van in that chaotic moment where we're running to get Lane Kiffin, there's no way I can fit my whole crew, all the cameras, all the gear in one vehicle. But I had the loaf of bread. All right, so we all get in the loaf of bread, and Lane is basically giving me the play-by-play on where he is, and we're wheeling this van.
That's right.
And we take a left. And when we take a left off this highway, there is all these fire trucks that have blocked off the road.
Oh, no.
There's firemen blocking the road. Well, I said, to hell with it. We're Bo Duking this thing.
Hell yeah.
What?
So there's a field that I drove around the barricade, through all of this farm equipment. The van's bottoming out. We're bombing this thing through ditches, over the hill and through the woods to this road. And then I mat this van all the way up on top of the hill to the tarmac area. And there he stood, laughing his ass off. So he saw the whole thing.
I'll give you an interview.
And he's on the phone, and he's like, "Bro, you really are Scooby-Doo. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life." But
yeah,
I give him a lot of credit, man. Like when I got out of the van and the boys piled out, which shout out to my crew, world class. Luis and the boys killed it. All right, this is a chaotic moment where this man is going through a lot of emotion here, all right? He has made the decision to leave a team that he's led to the greatest season ever. First time in 132 years of Ole Miss Rebel football that they have 11 regular season wins. They're going to host a college football playoff game. It is the greatest era in the history of the program. And he's chosen to go to the enemy.
Yeah.
So, I asked him every question that I felt was pertinent in that moment, all the way down to what does LSU offer you that Ole Miss doesn't? And I give him a lot of credit because he said, I don't know that yet. It may not be the right decision. We'll find out. But, I think he said, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it was basically like, let's go prove this right.
Yes.
Something to that effect. And so he answered the questions as best he could. And it wasn't kumbaya over there in Oxford. It was a contentious thing.
Yeah. And a sprinter van, a conversion van was just rolling through, fields to get up here. I mean, you got chaos over here. You got people chanting, telling you you're number one over here. You got the internet exploding. You got, I assume, some sort of escort. Then you have a conversion van with fire trucks.
There wasn't no escort. Hell no.
For him.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's no escort.
How'd he get on?
For him there were. I'm sorry. I thought you meant for us. He had legions of law enforcement.
Which is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Professionals.
That is. Yeah, they're still doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike you.
Unlike you, Lane. Quitting on the team. All right, now we got some questions about the meeting because there's stuff coming out, and I don't know how much you know and how much you can tell. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, I know you've been around the game for a long, long time, so it's kind of a two-parter. How often does something like this happen, and is there any truth to the plain ultimatum to the staff? Like, hey, if you don't meet me on this plane, your job's not going to be there. We all saw the report from On3 Sports. How much truth was there to that with Lane?
All I can tell you, brother, is what he told me last night before he boarded that plane to Baton Rouge, because I actually asked him that exact question. How much of it being held up this long was due to your desire to take staff members from your offense? And by the way, I got home in the middle of the night and my wife goes, the first time you asked that question, it made no sense. And Lane even went, huh? So I had to clarify the question. So sorry, I was tired.
Sorry.
He said to me, Darius, there was never any ultimatums. All right. That's what he said to me. So that is what I can tell you. I haven't been told by anybody inside Ole Miss that there was. So all I can do is tell you what Lane told me. Now, that's his side, all right? A lot of guys went. I'm keeping tabs on who went with him. Charlie Weiss went, the guy that is, calling the plays of Lane's masterful offensive scheme. His strength coach went, his GM went. So you're talking about key personnel.
Oh yeah.
Which then leads
to the clause of the college football playoff, the fourth clause that says missing key components of your team that you had in the regular season, and whether it's players like we had with the Florida State situation a few years back, and it says coaches as well. Coach Golding becomes the head coach. Good luck to him. Pulling for him, obviously.
Great man. He's a great man.
I felt like everybody loved him. Yeah. And he did have, Connor pointed out on his X account, but he did have the Southern, a lot of a lot of confirmation talking, which is very positive. And it felt like the boys liked him, the standing ovation. And Mr. Butler here, the AD, he's obviously in the middle of this entire story as well, because allegedly he was the one that was kind of talking to the team and talking to Lane about what he can do, what he can't do. I think Lane said to you, like some national media maybe think it's okay for me to coach my team or whatever. He has to live here, though. He's the AD, so he views it a little bit differently. It was hard for me to ever see them letting him coach his team. And I understood, like a lot of people, I haven't been around college football or in the weeds of college football as long as others have. Obviously, it felt like every OG college football person that I heard speak on it was like, he has to go to LSU because they don't even have a coach right now, and they have a better recruiting class than Ole Miss has right now. So they'll have 10 5-star. This is the number one recruit in the country.
As soon as he landed.
Lamar, I believe is his name. And I read through his Twitter account, And this kid, he committed to LSU. He said he wants to be known as the greatest Tiger of all time. Like, that's what he wants to. He's from Louisiana. Wants to be known as the greatest Tiger of all time, which goes to exactly what all the OGs of college football have been saying. It's like every recruiting class, you're going to have at least 10 5-stars. At least 10, just because they want to be an LSU Tiger. So, like, that makes your life a lot easier, is what all these OGs around there are saying. And in my eyes, I'm like, well, in the modern world, do you need that? Especially with how great you are in the transfer portal. And if you have the money to back it and you've built something so good and you're on a playoff run, this is the greatest year you've ever had. Maybe enjoy your greatest year you've ever had, and there'll be more jobs in the future. That's exactly what it seemed like all the OGs were saying. The OGs were like, no, but they should let him coach his team because he's a good coach, so they should enjoy this entire moment. It's like, yeah, but what about the transfer portal? What about the recruiting side, the signing day? Like, there's so many things that are all happening at the same time. I don't know if LSU would have wanted him coaching at Ole Miss if push came to shove, like if they really wanted him to do that. So that just never seemed like a reality type based opinion in my eyes, but I don't know the game as much as everybody else.
It just goes back to the complexity of all of this, too. First of all, when all of this first started to gain steam, maybe a month ago or so, something like that, that he would, right after, BK got fired, Lane Kiffin's the guy, all right? And my opinion at that point was, okay, let's look at the personal piece of this. This is a man who genuinely changed his life in Oxford, Mississippi. What began, and I'll back up and just tell you kind of how he described it to me. He told me when Ole Miss won the Outback Bowl in 2021, he looked at the victory photos from that win. And he said, man, I was so fat. I looked like one of them anaconda snakes that gets the food caught in its throat.
Yeah.
And he said, I know I have to make change in my life. So what began as no red meat, no sugar, turned into sobriety. And with sobriety for him came tremendous fulfillment and emotional clarity. All right? So what comes from that? The human condition says when you have that fulfillment and emotional clarity, there's peace in your soul. And I don't care who you are, there's no monetary value that supersedes that. Now, it's easy for me to sit here and say that. I'm not the guy that's got, $90 or $100 million staring at me, all those 5 stars and all that tradition. All right, so that was my initial perspective on why I thought he should stay at Ole Miss. Well, then you start to think about, okay, he's talking to Coach Saban, who loved LSU, loved it, and had he never left there, probably full of rings, probably, right? All right, and he's talking to Pete Carroll. And did I just? Are you guys still got me? I look like a robot right now.
Nah, yeah, you're good. This is good. It's kind of artsy though. We'll say it's like shot like Oppenheimer. One's one
Put
and the
a
other.
film on there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
What a kid filters.
If he would have never left LSU though, bunch of rings down there. You're saying he loved it. He took temptation in the league as opposed to staying there. You're saying.
I see it as the prospect of potential being higher at LSU than at Ole Miss. And that's me speaking for him. So then he tells me last night, all right, I talked to Pete Carroll, who said to me, your dad would tell you to take this job. Your dad would tell you to take this shot. And I think he said it well after the Egg Bowl win. This isn't such an incredible opportunity to be wanted by LSU and retained at Ole Miss, where you've built this amazing thing. But that doesn't mean it's not a hard decision. It's a really hard decision because, as he told me last night, like, he loves Oxford. And the people down there, they have every right to be upset. Every right. That's a great fan base, man. And to be in this moment where you feel like you have this lightning in a bottle with Trinidad playing so well, with just their offense is incredible. Pete had the defense playing at a high level, and now he's going to be the man that's leading them into the college football playoff.
Yeah, and who knows how much they're going to be docked. Yeah, like that is it's really scary to think about. And I understand the anger coming from the Ole Miss fans. And, who knows if any other jobs would have been available down the road after they figure out the whole CFP calendar. Lane having to be the one, that kind of has to take this head on is wild. You see any changes coming? Has there been any chatter you think about that that you've been hearing? Obviously, you talk to both sides in this situation.
Yeah, in terms of the calendar?
Yeah, how do they change? Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know, but this is an opinion. This is not a report.
Okay, journalist hat off.
I think that you look at
pundit hat on.
I think you look at this, and when you have people like Coach Saban, who has been, sitting right beside you, Patty, on College Game Day, being adamant that this is a broken calendar, and nobody knows what he's talking about more than Coach does. All right. And then I've seen folks like David Pollock, who I respect his opinion to the most esteemed level, having that opinion. I think that it will definitely, I will say it should. I think it should be looked at. Now, I will say this to you, too. I've had conversations with other coaches in the last, what time is it? 1:30 Eastern. Whenever I was hauling ass from Oxford to the Memphis airport last night to try to get home, I talked to a couple of sitting head coaches that were not in a position where their job was changing. Their opinion was that only affects 10 or 12 universities a year. And for those coaches that are entrenched, this current calendar gives them the opportunity to know exactly who their team is when they get to spring practice, and then when they get to June and beyond, which I found to be interesting because I'll be honest, I was a little ignorant why this was such a huge deal. That's why I had these conversations with these coaches.
Yeah, it's fascinating because that number is going to far outnumber the group that is worried about it every single time. So whenever push comes to shove, whose vote matters? This is NFLPA stuff. Yeah. NFLPA stuff, the only reason why I'm comparing that is because you hear like a lot of the OGs, the guys who make all the money. Well, the majority of the players are like the bottom 2/3 of the roster that are kind of on turnover. So the NFLPA almost like takes their side on things, and all the OGs are like, excuse me, this is not how this actually goes, but it's better for the majority. The majority of these college football teams are like, yeah, we would like more time with our team to get into training camp, to get into the season. But that's why there's a pitch of, I think, like summer leading into training camp for everybody. But who knows who will outnumber who in the vote.
If I were whoever makes that decision, is that the NCAA? Who makes that decision? The NCAA?
Good question.
I don't know that answer.
That's a problem.
That's part of the problem.
But whoever that is, okay, whoever that group of people is, they should get in a room with Nick Saban, with Mac Brown, with these guys there you see on the screen. I just thought that was well said by Coach, right? And so it needs to be resolved where this doesn't happen again, at least in my estimation, because you put so many schools in a unique situation. All right, everybody was waiting on Lane. Florida was waiting on Lane. LSU was waiting on Lane. Ole Miss was waiting on Lane. Auburn, all these schools were waiting to see who did what, and thereby what coaches were available for them to hire. And as the Lane to LSU narrative got stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point that all of us who were trying to break this story realized that, okay, he's going to LSU. That's when all the dominoes started to fall, right? Silverfield goes to Arkansas. Sumrall goes to Florida. What am I forgetting here? Golesh goes to Auburn, on and on, right?
Jim Mora.
And it all happened just like
Jim
this.
Mora to Colorado State.
Yeah, Jim Mora, Colorado State happened before all this happened. Turns out that was out of the conversation.
I'm not sure that was really part of this equation.
Oh, really?
Sure. That's been a big comment.
That's crazy. All right, Marty, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Thank you for covering it all, and thank you for giving us the inside scoop on how it all went down from your perspective. The 2 helmets over your shoulders, class, that's why you're award-winning. Driving the van through fields, over roads.
I used my NASCAR experience, man. I just said, you know what, boys, if What's the line
Rub
about
it, raise it.
if
What
you
would
ain't
Dale
first,
do?
you're last?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Talladega Nights.
Would have made the Intimidator proud.
Yeah, you certainly would.
America. 3 forever, baby. Let's go. Love you, boys. You're first class. I love all of you.
You too, ladies and gentlemen. Marty Smith.
Yeah, Marty.
AJ, your takeaway from that conversation with Marty right there?
I mean, I think we all thought that Lane was gone from the jump. I guess we said it last. I don't know what you were thinking. You speak to him more than any of us, but I thought he was definitely leaving. I thought it played out a little longer than I thought. I thought we'd have a little more clarity earlier on. But also, like, did Ole Miss, were they willing to match his contract that he got from LSU?
I don't know. That's all the information that I assume will kind of unfold or we'll kind of discover here over the next couple days or weeks as we lead up. We assume that it was all pretty similar, which is why it probably took so long to kind of get everything done, because if it wasn't, I think that would be leaked immediately. Like, LSU has far outbid Ole Miss, which is exactly the story of why you go to LSU as opposed to Ole Miss. That was never really a part of the stories that are being talked about, not that I know. And I think, to your point, I was kind of hoping he would just stay at Ole Miss. I was hoping, for one thing, with everybody in the college football world telling me that another thing was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so like everybody that I knew in the college football world that I like, hey, quick question, why is this happening? Because, you know, these people 30, 40 years literally entrenched in it deep. Why are 50 years actually why is this being talked about the way it is? And then it's just like a bang, bam, boom, boom. And then there's like, here's an example of somebody sticking around whenever their coaching window was hot and they decided not to kind of strike when the iron was hot. This is what they ended up having happen to them. This is this. And they're already saying this about him. If he was to lose a game, think about all the drama. So it's like they start laying out just like throughout the history of college ball, this is a move that is made by a coach in Lane Kiffin's world. But I was just hoping, because it's a different college football now. You know, it's more of a business. It's more of like a build your team through transfer portal, and he's been great at that. And he's so close with this team. Coach
Saban talks about that a lot on the show when he comes on Friday. Like, it's not like the regional situation to where, hey, if you grew up a certain place, you're going to this school. Like, now I think it's much more national recruiting as far as, like, obviously transfer portal and NIL. Like, guys aren't as tied, I think, to their, like, hometown school.
And I don't want to take a shot at Oregon high school football. Okay? We think Oregon's going to be good, right?
Yeah. That's good.
We think Oregon's
that's part of it, though. I know it is a different landscape, and we're still kind of early into it, but who have been the last 10 national champions? Like, what team? Like, we have good stories. We have teams that go on runs, but Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, LSU, like it's
destination
Georgia,
jobs. Like, how many destination jobs are there, D-But? You know, like where you wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Like there's only so many destination jobs where it's like, hey, you can't get pride away from a bigger school.
Yeah, so I saw an argument saying like, hey, you could be the only coach that did this or the first coach that did this at Ole Miss, as opposed to the fourth or fifth coach that had a great run at LSU. But if you're a coach, you have that opportunity to coach at the highest level. Most coaches, they want to coach the best players. Like, you coach in the NFL, you're going to get an opportunity to coach the best players. In a draft, free agency. In college, you don't necessarily have that chance at every place. Yeah, Texas Tech, Oregon, like all these places, you're going to have opportunity. But if you go Ohio State, like, you're going to get that chance. You go to LSU, you go to some of these like LSU is not only that you're in Louisiana, but you're also the big dog in Louisiana. Like, there is no other competition. If you're in Florida, if you're in Miami, you got to do it with Florida State. You got to do it with Florida. Like, you got to do that every year. If you're at LSU, you are the big dog in the hotbed. Like, you're going to have the resources to support. Like, it's just tough not to do that.
And that kid, number one recruit, says, I want to be the best Tiger of all time. Like, since he's I don't care who's the coach. I would like to be the best Tiger of all time. I guess what the OGs of college football say, it's a lot easier to sleep at night whenever you know that, like, you're going to get recruits that are very, very good strictly because of their love of LSU or their family or their neighborhood or the community, wherever they're from, is just an LSU community, as opposed to at Ole Miss or maybe any other job that's out there. That might be like one of the biggest perks of LSU, is like a loyalty to being a Tiger and everything like that. So if you listen to the OGs of college football talk, they say this was going to happen. You know, life gets better. If the money's the same, your recruiting's going to be better. But it's like, would have been sweet if Lane would have been so sweet. That would have been a cool.
And not have everyone hate you again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, what if you win?
Yeah, but
it would have been sweet to win, but what if he loses, like, 3 out of the first 7 next year. And then you're like, okay, man, you're going to LSU.
He has to win multiple national championships at LSU to separate himself. Because, like, sure, he can go and win one.
How quick, too.
But
How quick's he going to do it?
A lot of guys have already done that. And then look what happens to guys once they leave LSU. Is Coach O doing anything? Nope. Les Miles, he's not doing. Brian Kelly's never going to coach again because of how it went at LSU. Like, we're talking about, hey, you win a national championship here, immortalized Ole Miss. LSU, you win a national championship. Yeah, you're supposed to. They were saying there were fans at the FBO when he landed in LSU saying, "Shit, we're never going to lose again." Like, if they lose a game, people are going to lose their minds.
Yeah, that's the pressure coming with one of those jobs that you talked about. And the LSU plays at Ole Miss, and Lane has already posted on his IG story some popcorn. I'm sure that is going to be electrifying, just like whenever he went back into Tennessee as the head coach of Ole Miss. Crazy stuff. Ole Miss feels like they got their guy in Golding, feels like they're fully committed, which is awesome, and they have a shot at the college football playoff and doing something special that they've never done there before. Now, let's go to some overreaction, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what these Mondays are all about, hearing from the fans about how they feel about their respective teams. I put out a tweet, on Monday mornings. I say, good morning, beautiful people. We have arrived at another fantastic Overreaction Monday. I would like to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and use the hashtag. I don't want to overreact. But. And let it out. And the best ones will make the show. This first one is about Lane Kiffin. This is from Chase at Chase on X. You can find me on X. I'm Chase. Hashtag I don't want to overreact. But Lane State University is returning to the pinnacle of college football. Somebody get Coach Kiffin a purple visor ASAP, because this amount of Louisiana is unheard of in the state. With the loudest stadium in the country and 5 stars falling out of trees, Lane Kiffin could become the student who surpasses his master, Nick Saban. Hashtag Lane Train. Hashtag suck that TDB. Yeah. They're loving it down there at LSU. Now, that's the opposite side of the coin, AJ. We see the middle fingers flying and to get the hell out of here. Then we see him laying down there, dap up, and then he's driving outside, and they're like, welcome home. Welcome home down there. That's college football to a T, but it kind of goes to what we're saying. They're going to be expecting to win a lot quickly, AJ.
Yeah, that's what I asked her. Like, how quickly does he have to at least get to the national championship game? Early on, we know that. But that's the thing. You want the biggest job. He understands what he's signing up for. He understands the deal. And even though I don't know if it's true or not, that his buyout might be bigger or as big as Brian Kelly's. I mean, that's an interesting situation there with all they have going on. But yeah, you got to win. You got to win every single game, pretty much.
Well, Governor Jeff Landry didn't know that Lane Kiffin was potentially available. We know Lane Kiffin was going to be available.
This will never happen again.
We're doing incentive base. The reason why you're getting these jobs because you're so good. We'll prove it. We'll give you all the money in the world. You're able to win these games.
Have we seen the details?
Well, Jimmy Sexton's on that deal, so let's just. I've seen it. Yeah,
I think it's safe to assume those things.
I think we know.
You trust Jimmy going into that negotiation?
Jimmy Sexton. I think Jimmy Sexton should go down as one of the greatest businessmen in the history of America. I would say.
Big deluxe.
It's incentive based, $1 million per win. I think that's what it is.
Well, he's also getting money. I believe there's been reports, and that would be Jimmy Sexton football. You're picking up Ole Miss contract, right? And then well, if that Ole Miss football team wins, they're not. Thank you. That's incentive based. That's my team.
That's why the bio.
Yeah, we got to do everything. Yeah, he's still the head coach at Ole Miss football on X, although he's changed his entire thing. I mean, what a fascinating situation. And the Big Deluxe is going to get to the bottom of it for sure, no questions asked. His name's getting mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
His name's getting mentioned a lot. Mm-hmm. I want to let you know, he is.
Yeah, he's that dude.
He's good at his job.
He is a dog. He's an absolute dog. There were some reports going on about how Jimmy Sexton would never let one of his clients go to LSU because of what's happening between Brian Kelly and LSU. And Brian Kelly is not repped by Jimmy Sexton, even though it was initially referred to as if he was his particular agent. Jimmy Sexton represents a lot of coaches and players. Jimmy Sexton is an absolute beast. He is a monster in the college football world. But the conversation was basically like, hey, this next deal is not going to be whatever. It's not going to be whatever. And Jimmy Sexton goes in there and says, yeah, it is. If you'd like to win, that's how it's going to be. And Jimmy Sexton said that situation with Brian Kelly and the lawsuit and everything like that, this is me speaking, not Jimmy Sexton speaking. Jimmy Sexton would never let that get to that point.
No.
That thing would have been, all right, let's go. All right. Let's go. We all got business to take to. Because Jimmy Sexton's going to do business with these schools. He's going to do business with. This is how these agents work. People are just finding out that some agents who are very, 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 very good represent a lot of people in a similar field. It's like It's not just college football where this is happening. There's weapons in a lot of different worlds that are kind of moving and shaking, and they got the backup too, you know? And it's a different process now. It's a whole different conversation in there, and, you know, you do everything right for the client and all that. But Jimmy Sexton's a weapon, and I would assume him and Jeff Landry, I hope they filmed that. I hope they filmed that. I hope. Because how many gator hunts do you think Governor Jeff Landry offered?
So many.
I'll give you 3 gator hunts.
That's a lot of gator hunts.
That's a lot.
Hey, imagine Governor Jeff Landry in that yoga. He's going to find like a yoga class for Lane. Can you imagine him? He's going to be there with them.
I wanted mock live tiger on the sideline. And Lane, you want tiger? Like, absolutely. Lane might ride out on a tiger.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I still wish he would have stayed at Ole Miss.
For sure.
Just another. Yeah, I mean, just you're this close right now.
I mean, it is crazy that they're about to go into the playoffs and like their entire offensive staff is gone. Like it's insane.
Well, and also it's insane that this decision had to be made.
Is Windedad calling plays?
I mean, maybe.
How are they? Their strength coach left too. I mean, what do you? Yeah, it's pretty tough.
But they got a backup strength.
3
coach.
sets of 12.
Next guy up. Next man up.
Windedad and Lacey too. Like, I mean, maybe it's just me, but I'm assuming they're on the first thing smoking once this season's over.
Where?
To LSU. Like, what are we talking about?
If they like Lane still, like they.
Yeah, reports were that I guess it was not great, you know, with the way it all executed, because he didn't talk to the team, but then there was reports he was told not to talk to the team. Crazy situation. Let's go to another overreaction, shall we, around the football world. This one's from Nick Moraldo. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but these are my top choices for next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Top left there, a man who won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck from Mount Lebanon in Pittsburgh, Kurt Angle, okay? And he obviously relies on the 3 I's.
Intensity, integrity, and intelligence.
And
3 things we don't have right now.
Whoa. All right.
Sign me up.
Okay. And he would wear, obviously, the
singlet.
Yeah, the singlet every single week.
Yep.
And he is still that jacked. Okay, that is Kurt Angle football. Dan Orlovsky, top right corner. It does appear this AI. I don't know how accurate. That's who you were talking about there, Coach Dan O?
Yeah, Dan puts his name out there for any other job, so I might as well just throw him in there, too.
How do you think him in Pittsburgh would do? Pretty good?
Oh, we'd love him. He's so smart. He's
Wait
got all
till-
the X's and O's. He'd bring the eye candy, the innovative offense that we've been craving.
Same way he said yesterday, even though he shouldn't, he would take Pittsburgh E's over in a second.
Yeah, and maybe we'd hear yesterday coming out of his mouth
True,
as
it
he
might
tried to
change.
beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So maybe that'd be good for society, but also he knows. Dan-O knows. You know who else knows? Debo. Is that an actual photo of him? It probably is, right?
Yeah, actually, I asked AI to make him more jacked. This is the second or third draft because it just didn't do him justice in the first one. So we told him, hey, you got to beef this up a little bit.
He'll be jacked forever. And speaking of forever, Snoop Dogg. He's going to live forever and be famous forever. Loves Pittsburgh Steelers. He has a bunch of baby Snoops that have come through his league who are now in the NFL.
Pipeline.
I think he's actually a coach, an actual football coach. Not bad there. Nobody's really thinking of Snoop Dogg to be the next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers if they were able to move or were moving on.
Good point. He can connect the older generation of fans with this young talent that he can relate to.
That's right. The young talent is what we're looking for, aren't we? Pittsburgh Steelers.
I hadn't
It's
thought
a
about
bad
Debo.
spot.
They can all do.
It's so bad.
I'm gonna
Dan-O, offense.
put Debo on my list.
Debo, defense.
What's Kurt doing? Kurt's leading the
Strength,
pack.
that's strength
Strength
conditioning
conditioning.
all day. And Snoop kind of,
Vibes.
Head coach.
I guess the head coach, yeah,
Yeah.
so you right there.
Well, he was streets ahead too. You remember a couple years ago, he was basically like, "Todd Haley fucking sucks. Get this guy out of here." I remember Snoop doing that like week in, week out. So this is nothing new for Snoop. He's ready to.
Your
hop
voice
in
there kind of reminded me of somebody. You did forget somebody on there, Nick.
I love
Yeah, good call.
Everybody's talking about JUCO champion. Everybody's talking about it. You know, it's certainly been brought up a couple times in the office. Hope you're good, man. Always fighting. All right, let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This one is from
Score some points.
Farquad Pirate Kane. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Bryce Young just carved up the Rams like a Thanksgiving turkey. And now the only thing getting stuffed this holiday season is the rest of the NFC South. Bryce is up, son. Hashtag keep pounding. This Carolina Panthers team's real good football team. AJ, that's not an overreaction. They're a good football team down there in the NFC South.
Yeah, don't you think people, I mean, I think this win over the Rams obviously maybe solidified that a little bit to where people will take them serious. I think their defense, we know what they were able to do. And Bryce Young, I mean, I think he continues to, like, defy. Everyone just assumes, like, I don't know, because he got benched for a little while, because he's not as big as these other dudes that maybe he's not as good, but man, he absolutely performs, especially when it matters. Like he's not scared of the moment.
What do you think ceiling is this season, D-Butt, for this Carolina Panthers team? And what do you think they're thinking going into next year? They're thinking of it all, right? I think that is where the Carolina Panthers fans' mindsets are at.
Yeah, you got, I mean, the fan base, you got a new regime there pretty much. You got a young quarterback who's playing himself into another contract for sure, so he's going to be the guy. It's still week to week. They're still such a young team, but they're finding ways to win. But every week we go into the game, we don't know what Carolina's team we're going to get. And then everybody was crowning the Rams going into this one. And they're missing Morick, who got suspended. They're missing JC, who got banged up. So for them to come out and get the home crowd was in it. For T-Mac making big plays. You talked about Bryce Young making big plays in the biggest moment. Like, there were some big fourth downs where he hit Coker deep, he hit McMillan deep, like making big-time plays, dropping his nuts at the biggest moments in the game. That's what you want to see from your young quarterback. And then the other guys, Derek Brown right there with the game, saving strip sack, and this is one of those big dots right here on the big down the distance right across the middle of the field. This is what you want to see from your quarterback, making big-time plays in high-leverage situations. Weather was shitty. It was like all those different things. That's when you kind of find out who you are as a team.
The Panthers are a good football team.
Good football team.
They have a chance to be a good football
They
team.
can win a playoff game this year.
They have a chance to be great. Okay,
Is
playoff
that right?
They can win a playoff game this year.
Well, I think that is why people still don't know, because it's fresh in your mind like a couple weeks ago when they get beat 40-9 to the Bills. And it's just like, these guys are so unserious. They suck. And then they turn around and beat the Packers at Lambeau. And then they're just coming off that Monday night where it's like, how many opportunities did, and the Niners didn't play great, but like it's just like, okay, the Panthers they're a year or two away, and then they turn around and beat the Rams. So it's tough. It's up in the air every week. But if they start to put things together a little bit, I think you are thinking next year for sure.
Yeah.
Like we're the best team in the NFC South.
I'm happy for the Carolina Panthers fans. They've been through a lot down there. Both the MLS team, the NFL team.
People forget how bad it got, I think, for a while.
It was bad.
So bad.
So
$2 tickets.
No, I think they were actually paying people. Homeless people were going, and then they were worried they were going to have to pay taxes on how much they were getting paid to go to those games. That's what the homeless people were worried about. They said, do I go to H&R Block here? Well, what happens?
Stop the construction halfway through.
Oh, my God, they bankrupted a town.
Yeah.
Bryce got benched.
He got
Andy
benched.
Dalton.
Thursday night football game against the Falcons where it was just downpouring. I think the final score was like 6-3 or 3-0. Everyone was just like, you know what? Enough of this.
And then that store has the sign that you can change the words on. It basically says, David Tepper is ass cheeks, bruh. And he walks in. Who's doing that? Who has the thing? That's me.
Smacks his hat off.
Bitch.
Turns around and leaves.
Bryce Young with his gigantic backpack.
Yep.
Oh, my God. He looked like he was in 9th, 10th grade.
That was the low point.
Thielen talking about how sweet it was because they had a golf simulator and didn't really mention anything else. He was just like, we have a golf simulator here.
On that note, he has requested his release, and it has been granted. He has now been released from the Minnesota Vikings. Carolina Panthers picked up a couple draft picks. Yeah, they did. Everything's kind of going in the Carolina Panthers.
It is.
No golf sim in Minnesota.
We'd like to say congratulations. They might. We don't know if anybody's playing, and it doesn't seem like there are any happiness over there right now. No. Congrats to Carolina Panthers.
Panthers are 6-0 against the spread after a loss, 4-2 straight up. They are a good bounce back team.
But after a win,
not good.
Oh, no.
That's the thing. They can't handle success. They're still kind of learning. That's why next year should be a real problem. Maybe people talk about them next year, how people were talking about the Broncos going into this year. Everybody was kind of expecting the Broncos to be good because what they thought they could be at the end of last season, especially with how good their defense is. It's like Panthers just did some stuff to Matthew Stafford and the Rams that we had not seen in a long time. And when Sean McVay was asked about it afterwards, Sean McVay was basically like, hey, Carolina Panthers is a good football team. I think they have the two biggest spread outright wins of the season, 13.5. That one was 9.5. It's like this team on the up and right. Congrats, Carolina people. All right, let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This one's from Dustin Hunley at DH Sports Fan. He likes them all. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Colts are done.
Oh, no.
It was a fun first 2 months of the season, but reality is set in, and the lead in the division is gone. Now we have to go to Kleintown next week to battle for the lead, and we all know how that's going to go. Go ahead and hang the first half of the 2025 season AFC South Division winners banner and be done with it. Hey, Dustin, making a lot of valid points. I don't like the way you're toning this entire thing. Colts are in a bad spot. I mean, I'm just going to say it. Now, Houston Texans,
That's a good football team.
Number one defense in the NFL. Obviously, they are a good football team. We were supposed to be a great football team, though. In the past couple of weeks, it hasn't been the case. Jonathan Taylor had a couple electrifying runs, but at the beginning of the season, obviously, it was every single time he touched the ball, he was having an electrifying run. Danny Dimes, a big part of his game, even though people don't really want to give him the credit for it, is his mobility ability. And now he has a fractured fibula. Okay,
hairline.
Oh, okay.
Schefter said hairline. Oh, you know it's fine. Hairline.
It's just one of the most painful things that you can possibly have. So he's not going to be able to run as much, which is a huge part of it. And our defense, without DeForest Buckner playing, it's been certainly something. Sauce Gardner is going to be out for the next month. I mean, it is gloomy days for the Indianapolis Colts. I think we'll be talking to C.J. Stroud here in about 10 minutes or so. Can't wait to hear his thoughts on how the Colts are kind of doing and the new name for the Loud House, which I certainly do not love. But with the Colts and where we're at right now, I don't think you can judge them because we don't know what they're going to be. We have no idea what they're going to be. Massive games on the
huge.
The refs screwed us against the Texans. There's no doubt about that. Definitely. Okay, the refs were certainly not on our side. There was a lot of bogus calls. That is the loudest I've ever heard the Loud House all decide that the refs were ass because the refs were ass. And then you get on the internet, everybody's saying the refs are ass. And J.J. Watt, Houston Texans Bull Ring of Honor member, says that was ass. So everybody says that the refs were ass. They certainly were ass. Okay, so I'm not going to say that isn't certainly a part of it, but we lose to the Texans. Texans are getting very good right now. Jacksonville Jaguars playing very good football right now. We lost our last two after winning all of our first ones. Feels like there's a couple different trends happening in the AFC South, and I don't like it. AFC South, it just means more, and right now it feels like we are less, and everybody else is more, D-Bud.
Yeah, and that's a tough stretch we got there. But, I mean, if you ask me before the season, going into week 14, we're sitting at 8-4. I'm not worried. We're in a good spot. We still got a chance. Right. We control our entire destiny.
No.
It's on the quarterback. How healthy is he going to be with the hairline fracture? He's fine running straight forward, but the lateral movement is one thing you got to do.
Run ISO.
Yeah, you got to do that in football every play. But kind of concerned about that. Then the Sauce Gardner thing. Schefter basically said he's going to be put on IR, so that's like a playoff return. That's what it sounds like to me. But I think we can figure it out.
I mean, they're dogs in every single one of those games.
Well, yeah, that's what we like to be. We like that. Okay, especially with how the Dogs did this past weekend. I don't think so. Down there in Jacksonville.
Niners, Jags at home.
-1.5.
You'll be.
At this week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that. That's what we're talking about in Clinton, going down to Duval. Take on a very good Jacksonville Jaguars team. The AFC South is a problem. Okay, it is a problem.
I don't trust Trevor Lawrence.
And everybody can be in there. We got Jags twice, Houston Texans another time. I mean, we'll see how it all goes. All right. I feel like we really hit everything in these first 2 hours of the program live here on ESPN. CJ Stroud will be joining us in about 10 minutes or so. He's not joining us. He is joining us. He'll be joining us in about 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll be talking to C.J. Stroud here in about 2 minutes or so.
Okay.
This show on ESPN ends in about a minute or so. We'll also make our picks for tonight, okay? And those picks are going to be good because A.J. seeing it right now. AJ's seeing the board right now. 4-2. Okay, on the 6 games that we picked.
Both. So are you.
Oh, how about that? Wow. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here, pal. Now, there might have been a chance that
Make your pick now.
AJ, who do you like?
Patriots.
Let him pick first.
I like the Patriots as well. We'll take another tie. I'm okay with it. Commanders should have done the same thing. They made the right decision for Ball, which I certainly appreciate, but I'll do it. And we will continue on ESPN Plus, YouTube, Disney Plus, X, you name it, TikTok Live. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're back tomorrow. Goodbye. All right, we made our picks. I like what we did. here.
Yeah. What's the line again?
7 if you're taking the Patriots, 7.5 if you want the Giants.
On that note about lines, I believe ESPN bet.
Oh, really?
It's over.
Feels like
the king is dead.
It's like they didn't deserve taps.
I agree. That's why we stopped it. And that was not that was a good effort, I guess.
Thank God. That sucked.
No, geez Louise. I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, it obviously didn't work out well for either party, seemingly, and we'd like to wish everybody good luck in that thing. Good luck, everybody.
Well, I hope I'll still be able to be seeing green somewhere.
Well, we know Grady will certainly be giving us some more money, okay, with his picks. We know that's going to be, but relax, please.
What are you doing?
Buckled over.
What happened? That caught me a couple.
Seeing green, bruh? We are seeing green.
Yeah.
Always.
We appreciate Greeny dabbling in the...
For sure. They hit a lot of times.
Did it?
I mean, come on, man.
Is the other guy still going to have specialties on the book?
He needs to. Hey, listen, he just signed a new deal, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, other guy.
Other guy.
Head to the other book.
Love you, other guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who can sleep soundly knowing that the Ohio State Buckeyes beat that team from up north. Yeah, and also he came to Indianapolis and beat the team from Indy. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans, team that can win the AFC South yet again, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ!
So funny.
What's up, y'all?
How are you doing, dude? Great to see you back on a football
Doing good.
field
How are you?
yesterday, man. You felt good to be back out there. Looked like you were spinning the ball just fine. Looked like you hadn't lost a fucking thing. You felt really good out there yesterday, CJ? Yeah, felt pretty good.
Yeah, I knocked off a little rest, man. I had fun, bro. Just being out there playing, this sport that I love to play, man. So I had a great time, and it was good to see you there, and in your colors and everything. So it was fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it was a great time to be there. My daughter's first game, she had a blast. She was very excited to go watch this Indianapolis Colts team take on, the AFC South rival Houston Texans. And we'll lie to her whenever she's older. We'll say that we won that game, but she'll probably look up the stats and say, CJ Stroud doesn't really do that in Indianapolis. Let's talk about your team. You obviously coming back was a big part of the storyline. You missed 3 weeks, right? Was there questions that felt like a long time. We were very worried, and I assume you were as well in the entire process. Was there planning for when you would come back? When was that kind of all being talked about? And did you just say immediately, you know what, I'll come back Indianapolis and ruin their lives? Was that a part of it?
It was really just health precaution. It's your brain. So, I'm not going to play around with that and take every precaution and just listen to the doctors and, our officials here to get the right, feedback. But it's something that you really can't have a timetable for. Like if you hurt your wrist or your ankle or something, God forbid, that's a timetable. You can timestamp that. But something with your brain, you got to really just take precaution and making sure that you're fully healthy before you go out there. So, I thought our team did a great job at that. And, I'm just grateful to be back and be healthy.
Okay, we're grateful that you're back too. You're a special talent, dude. And while you were out and where your team is at now, you guys are poised to go on a playoff run, big time run. Obviously, the defense #1 in the league. Offensively, watching you spin it. There was a couple times you can't see shit. I know you can't because where I'm sitting, I'm looking right where you're looking, hand in face. Yeah, right. Let me go ahead. 30 yards. This thing just levitates, doesn't even drop right into a dime. You're outstanding. Okay, you are absolutely outstanding. The offense is awesome as well. What is the messaging behind the scenes for you guys? Everything's available. Everything's possible. Nobody's really talking about the Houston Texans at all, I don't think, throughout this entire season. What is your guys' thoughts on how this season can be and where you are right now?
Yeah, of course, we didn't start off, the way we wanted to. We lost, 5 games, in between one score. But I think, other than, looking down on ourselves about it, it was a positive, to fix some issues. And we start winning these close games against these really good teams. We'll be able to take the next leap to, get to where we want to go, and that's the playoffs, and then, go from there. So, I thought, yesterday was a really good start for us, at least for me coming back. And I thought, we answered the bell against a really, really good team with the Colts there, who have a really good defense and, been playing really well offensively. But like you said, our defense, man, has, been, a rock and just the best in the league from, I practice against them, so I know how hard it is to go against them. But yeah, I think, if we can be able to play complementary football in all 3 phases, we'll be able to win a lot of games.
You guys get a tough win, a tough environment. That's a really good team. Did you see what they're doing on the internet? Did you see what they're doing? Did you see the picture?
No, I'm not on there.
Did you see this? I don't like this at all. I don't
That's
like
hilarious.
Is it, CJ? It's called the Loud House, CJ. Okay, it's not the Stroud House. And I don't like that they're doing this. This is what's happening on the internet right now. You said you're not on the. I asked X to delete it. Okay, just know that I'm trying to clean that up.
Did they do it? Did they do it?
I don't know if they got around to it yet. I'm not happy about it. But it does feel like you play great football there every time. It's an honor to watch you. And geez, Louise, Houston Texans all the way back. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, CJ, obviously it's actually about the Stroud house that we just saw this picture. What is it about? Like, you seem to play very well inside the confines of Lucas Oil. What is it about that? You have good sight lines, like a good vid. Like, what is it? It seems like you just now obviously you play well all the time, but whenever you come into the Loud House, as Pat likes to call it, you seem to do take it to another level.
It's the name of the place.
Yeah, I would just say like the level of focus, maybe goes up a little more just because it's a divisional opponent. And, my boy Zaire, he's always mad at me. And he always talking crazy. So that maybe turned me up just a little bit. And so I know he's going to hear this and he's going to hate it. But, after the game, we're always cool. But during it, me and him go at it pretty good. But it's just all the competition. So, I think it turns me up a little bit more. And I think, my O-line hears it and they want to play harder. So, it's just a division rival, in those games, you're going to be talking back and forth and, having words from one another. And I think maybe that, turns us up. But, I just try to, just be focused every play, go want to know every play and, take it from there.
Yeah. Let's let him sleep, maybe. We got to play you guys again. We got to play you guys again. It's going to mean a lot. And let's just let C.J. Stroud just go to bed. You got this moxie about you. You're duck-footed, and you go heel-toe. I was watching you walk because you're right in front of our suite while there was a touchdown happening on the other side. You had a full set. You're by yourself. You're over there just having your time. Then O-lineman comes running over to you. Your walk is just that filled with aura. I mean, you're franchise QB, brother. It is cool to watch you kind of do your thing. Now let's talk about the quarterback position and everything that you've gone through this year. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, on that note, being a franchise QB, obviously you were banged up and you had to kind of watch the game from a different perspective. You used to being out there. What's that relationship like with Davis Mills? We call him Dougie Mills, but what's the relationship like with him off the field with you guys?
That's my brother, bro. Like, he's been a really, great leader for me coming into the league. I thought, coming in, fighting for the same position, he always showed me love still, and I try to do the same. And he's made me better. I feel like I made him better. And we have our QB dinners that we do, and we handle a lot. His wife, is a really good friend of mine as well, and his family, I meet them, every time they come to the games and stuff. So, that's my brother, man. I always support him, always, root him on. And I just think it's funny that people ask these questions now, just, because he's, had, some really good games. And, it's something that, like, I root that on. I think he's a starter in the NFL, and I think, he's proven that, in these couple games that he's played. So I just think it's funny how people, can try to switch the narrative to make it seem like I'm like some guy that's like, oh no, like,
I saw a photo of you in the locker room. I saw a photo of you in the locker room. Everybody was happy, but you. Okay, everybody was happy, but yeah. I'm telling you, I've seen it with my own eyes.
I'm prime.
You can see one photo, but look at the whole thing. Like,
no, it's 2025, CJ. We're not doing that.
Right.
I saw one frame. That guy's not happy.
Still concussed too in that frame.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about the lights in that entire thing. Yeah, it was a narrative, though. It was a narrative.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Some things in life, I try not to respond, and just let my private life be my private life. And I thought, me and my teammates, I think they, know how much of a leader I am and how much, having that C on my chest means to me. And that's not when it's always good for me, and that's when it's good for the team and it's sometimes not great for me. I got to be happy because that's, more important than just my selfish and my, personal desires. So I put the team before me anytime, man. And if that's, me not playing because, it was a Thursday night game and I was just super happy that we got the dub and it helps me out that I get to play hopefully more ball, as the season goes on.
Yeah, but I saw a photo. So.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to hear it. I'm happy you cleared that up, though. That's good. And Dougie knows that you're happy for him, and that locker room knows that you're happy for him. Feels like you guys have a great culture down there. On that note, Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, CJ, yesterday and throughout this 4-game win streak, Jaden Higgins and Woody Marks have really come alive. 2 rookies, Nick Caserio once again in his bag. What have you seen from them as the season has gone on? Just developing as a wide receiver and a running back and their contributions to the offense during this win streak?
Yeah, I always remember my rookie year and being thrown in the fire and kind of just thinking of like time on task. It's like some things are better when you just get thrown in the fire. You have to figure it out, and I thought they've figured it out pretty early. So, Woody has been an anchor in our running game, and has created a lot of big time running plays for us. And then on top of that, Hig is out there, and he has a lot on his plate, blocking and running routes, and I thought he's done a great job of that, and clean body language, and it hasn't been overnight. A lot of conversation that I have with those guys, just being that I was just a rookie, 2 years ago, it just shows that I understand what they're going through, and I think the main thing is like confidence, with that being a rookie, is you can keep your confidence, man. It's the same game we've been playing since we were 10, 11 years old. It's just at a different scale. So the confidence that you bring each and every day, and the preparation, that all, adds up to, how you play on Sundays.
I forget who said it, but somebody said, I was telling people that I was the best in the world about 2 years before I was, and that's like a perfect mindset for professional athletes, basically. Even if they're outside humble, inside there is a belief that they're fucking real. Like, that's what separates, I think, the professionals from everybody else. The great from the good, I think, is in between the years. Confidence is such a big part of it. Confidence comes from a lot of work, though. You don't just wake up with that shit. You got to work your dick off.
And once you put it out there, a lot more people are going to be looking at you, waiting for your downfall. Waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you. Oh, okay. So that's a part of it.
That happened to you, dude. That happened to you a little bit. That happened to you. You're going, You've battled, though, which is why we appreciate the hell out of you. Now, speaking of battling, it's been a long time since the people of Ohio have had a chance to be happy. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, CJ, obviously, your boots to the fire right now trying to make it to the playoffs. But I think I saw that you called Coach Day after the game against Michigan. Obviously, that rivalry, how important it is more than most. What'd you think about that game, and how happy were you to see that Coach Day finally got that Michigan monkey off his back for the first time in 2,191 days or whatever it was?
Yeah, man, I'm just so happy for him. Somebody who, I consider, a brother of mine, a person who I look up to, and somebody who, is instilled confidence into me and, made me, feel like I was the greatest thing since sliced bread when I played for him. So just to see, his hard work pay off, to see how much he puts in, and the coaching staff, to win that game, to finally get that done, man, I just think it's super cool for Columbus, for the state of Ohio. And I think he just stamped himself as, best coach in college football. And I've been known that. Just the mind that he has, not just offensively, but as to run a program, especially there where everything is so critical. I thought he's done a great job. And you talk about class and, doing it the right way and not looking ignorant or like a fool after you win, because we could have did that. But to have class and, to still have fun with it, though, and not disrespect anybody, I thought that was super dope to see. And, I'm super proud of Julian, man. Like, that kid's a baller, Cali kid, and, processes the game the right way, has a heck of a touch, a heck of an arm. And then, the beasts on the outside and up front, they're playing well. Then, like us, they're probably best defense in the country. So I just think, they're playing it off cylinders. And, I think everything starts with Coach Mick, though. If Coach Mick is the reason why, we moving guys up front, why defense tackling the way they are, while Julian throwing that ball, and the strength staff. So I think all that coming together, when you get that dub.
Yeah, it feels like very comfortable being a dynasty, too, Ryan Day. Feels like the way he's moving, he understands what life is like at the top, never satisfied, continuing to motivate, understanding the situation. Him talking to Coach Moore afterwards when they're shaking hands. Hey, we're not going to plant the flag or anything, but you need to get your guys out here. There's going to be some shit, basically, is what Ryan Day said. We're going to win with humility. There was a stoppage of it all. And then afterwards, in his press conference, when he said, I've thought a lot about what I would say at this exact moment right now. I'm going to save those for another day. We are going to win with humility through it all. What do you think you would have said?
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
2191?
I had cops outside of my goddamn house. Okay, 2 years, because our own fans were coming after me for not winning this game. They potentially had our signals. Remember, that was a full the amount of things that he could pull from and what his personal life was. I think everybody that has ever met him is happy for him in this particular moment, except for Michigan people, obviously. You called him, is that right? We did hear that, a little bit of a rumor. You called him. What was the messaging and what was the conversation like?
Yeah, I just told them how much, I'm proud of them and just to see the smile on their faces and, to finally get, like you said, get that monkey, off our backs was just dope. And I was really just raving about the play calls, I told them about, it was a play that I ran my whole career there that, I seen them run and we scored on to Carnell. I was like, and I text Coach Key, the tight ends coach, and then when I talked to Coach Day, I was like, man, I seen what that play was. And then the one Brandon Ennis scored on the motion, I thought the motion was super cool. The timing, to get the ball snapped, in the perfect element where they thought we were going to the flat, and he breaks it across the face on the slant. I thought it was super dope and a great play design by Coach Hart. So, and I really was marveling about the play calls, but I thought overall they played great, and the conversation was well needed. I ain't talked to Coach Day in a little minute, so it was good to see his face.
Hell yeah, good to see your face too, dude. Just not in our stadium. Stop it.
Yeah,
enough of it. I don't like what they're doing on the internet. I don't like that. I don't like your name on our stadium. But Jesus, you guys are really good at football.
Go football team.
And it seems like you're about to be good for a long, long time. Thank you for hanging out, brother. Have a great day.
Appreciate you guys, man. God bless y'all.
Bless y'all too, man.
bless you.
Bless you too, man. Hey, bless the Texans. All right, see you, dude. CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
They told us, they literally just told us, hey, he's got somewhere to be like
I like
250.
Got a meeting probably.
like that.
Yeah.
215.
All right, fuck
yeah.
this. See you
Yep. That's Saban. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll cover all the stories we didn't talk about, because we hit that first 15. Did you hear the first 15? The jig is up, the booze are out, they finally had it. Did you hear that?
I did, but I also listened to Kaboli and Mac do their post-game podcast too. I think Kaboli said that Trey Essex called in. It was actually a beautiful show, but I believe Kaboli thinks Tom have one more year in his deal, and he thinks they mutually part ways after next season.
All right.
Close. Almost there.
Another season.
Yep.
What?
That was on camera. We saw you do that.
The winning season.
Yeah. Tone.
The jig is not up. Booze are out.
Reload this next year.
It's
Run it back, Aaron Rodgers.
It's similar to AQ and James Franklin. Like, after it's done, I'm going to be very, very thankful for everything that he has done here. It's just, sometimes 18 years is a long time.
Long time.
You got to go to college. You got to spread your wings and fly.
Buy some
Leave the net.
scratch offs.
Yeah.
Maybe some Zins.
Yeah.
Maybe serve in the military.
Marty throwing that Zen right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Had to do it. Had to do it.
I'm so fucking tired, you would not believe.
How about him driving his fucking van? Those conversion
awesome.
vans, very readily available in the rental car department. We've learned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in one of those at least once a weekend, I think. Great seat. The seat is like the Southwest window seat, right there next to the door. There's one right there. Always trying to snag. That's where you got to be. But you can't fit a lot of people, and you can toss a lot of shit, what we have learned.
Yeah.
It's a big shit tosser to the back couple rows, the vehicle. Them doing that with the cameras. Just chase them down, boys.
I hope he recorded some of it. I see behind the scenes. That would be great. Like
The crew
vlog.
did.
He was driving.
Yeah, he was driving, texting.
Yeah, driving like fucking Bo Duke, he said.
He did. He said, I Bo Duke that thing.
Yep.
What a legend. I didn't know we were going to get the whole behind-the-scenes story. Did you know that when I asked the question?
No.
I'm glad we did.
I'm glad he did, though.
For
Yeah.
sure.
We're about,
so cool.
we're about 2.5 minutes into that thing. I'm like, okay. We're about to learn this the fucking whole thing here.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest story.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
And Marty's just right there in the middle of fucking Oxford, Mississippi.
Can you imagine? Well, imagine if he was there all those days and then he didn't get that interview on.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
The hell
What are
was
people
that?
doing here?
What was
What is
that?
this?
High winds, it sounded like. I don't know what the hell that was.
Legit.
Where'd that come from? Who's
Oh,
that?
Jesus, come on.
I was talking about this. You guys heard something?
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I
You
thought
did
someone
not?
crashed
Tornado.
into the building.
Yeah, gale force winds or something.
Maybe ice fell off the roof.
Could
That
have been.
Tends to be the.
Oh, yeah, the sliding of the
I thought
that
someone
one
just
up.
crashed into your office.
Maybe. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Especially with the way that parking lot was this morning.
Bone confirmed.
So
snow,
icy.
Snow falling off the roof.
Bone, don't stand under it.
Could have killed him.
These things get dangerous.
Yeah.
You have a dome, it looks cool. It's like, hey, the dome looks cool. Sweet. Let's put some Rain X type stuff so nothing can kind of get trapped on that. Well, when it's freezing cold, windy, and there's moisture, there's going to be ice slates that kind of stick to the dome. And then they're going to slide. And then those things are coming right down.
Projectiles.
Yeah, that's scary.
Just like this.
Yeah, you're right, Bone. Don't be standing right up. When you open the door, he's got to sprint out to get some clearance from the building, right?
This is just like back in the day when we were kids and there was a sniper in D.C.
Bingo.
And they were telling us to walk zigzags. Did you guys get that?
Or you get chased by an alligator. Same thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Could have had a Jack Frost situation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think we all beat it, so we should be pretty pumped about that. Right?
Yeah, legit.
Hell yeah.
That was a real worry at one point.
Yeah.
You are right, though. If you don't have ice melt yet, go get that sumbitch because I saw about 10 people slip next door. No worse way to start your day.
Dropping
Is that a
off
bruised tailbone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dropping off the kids.
Yeah. Luckily, none of them were holding their kids, but I saw that and I was like, oh, I'm holding my daughter. I better really kind of
dial it in.
Oh, yeah.
Shuffle.
Yeah, like goddamn Kevin McAllister's house out front there.
Yeah, you got to shuffle. The thing is, with the ice, you got to actually almost try to slip. Control the slip while you're on it, as opposed to try not to slip.
Like a controlled burn.
Exactly. It's like whenever you're white wall rafting, and there's like a rock or something supposed to lean towards you.
Go into it.
Because it'll shoot you away from it. On ice, you just got to embrace the slippiness, if you will.
Same if you're driving, turn into it.
Bingo. And also put that thing in neutral because drive is going to give you a little bit of power to the tires. You don't want any of that.
Ain't that the truth?
Drop that thing into neutral there on the ice.
Okay, got a lot of range in this. So you say go into the rocks?
Yes.
Yeah, when you're whitewater rafting, yeah.
And let that current fucking
it'll shoot
Do
you
that
around.
a lot, D-Butt?
I did it once, actually.
I've never done it.
North Carolina.
Me either.
Sweet.
I never
Great.
played
awesome.
North Carolina.
So
know
fun.
how.
I've never done it, but I've heard the metaphor a lot. You know, this is just like whenever you're whitewater river rafting. You got to lean towards the problem actually to get you away from the problem. You got to face this thing head on. That's where I've learned it from. I've never actually gone out there because I heard you could die.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really like
Depends on the category.
What can't you?
Yeah, if you lean into the rock and you just bang your head off of it, then you'll die.
You got a helmet on.
Bingo.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
do
good
go
luck.
if you do
Good
go
luck.
unconscious underneath those tides, I do believe that is a lot of death.
It's tough to breathe under there.
Yeah, it's a high percentage.
Death. So I'm just gonna live with the metaphor. I'm gonna act like I did it.
You ever seen River Wild? Great movie. Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
What about without a paddle?
Is that Stifler?
I've seen that actually.
Seth Green.
Yes.
Dak Shepard.
Boom.
That's a good movie.
A little different than River Wild, but
Yeah.
Yeah, they both get
David
after it.
Strathairn.
You got fucking run wild out there.
Ken Bacon.
All right, let's get to a break. Remember, the salt doesn't help after the ice.
No, it's got to come
Before the ice.
Yeah. And if you just like go throw a bunch of salt on top of the ice, you're just going to waste all your salt.
Yeah.
Really?
We paid for a double salting here today on top of the ice. So
You guys got a lot of ice? You have snow as well,
Yeah.
or what?
Oh, yeah.
snow, there was a covering of everything, and then wind kind of changed that. So then there was like a tornado, a lot of winds, high winds this weekend. And then after that, there was a little precipitation, ice, just like sheets of ice like this thick across a lot of stuff. Very scary. Very, very scary. But it's not black ice because it doesn't blend in. You definitely see that it's ice. And so you're almost like, oh, okay. You got to embrace the slick.
That's right.
Got to embrace the slick.
There was a 100-car pileup on Terre Haute about an hour from here. You see
A couple
that?
days ago?
Did you see that?
I saw it on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
The wind,
It was very windy.
the wind with the snow, with the ice is really quite a, it really gets you because it spreads it all everywhere. It's like that. What's that thing called? The Arctic blast?
Yeah.
Polar vortex.
Polar vortex?
Yep.
Pittsburgh, I don't know how we lived there with the snow.
Grit.
The hills,
Like this. How does anybody make it?
Good sports team.
At that time.
Oh, Renegade used to come on in a car when you were going up a hill like this. And it's, this is what's happening. The car in front of you made it 3/4 of the way, and then dumbass just comes down. They're on the side. You loser. My turn. Oh, mama. That's what's happening. Idiot. Next person. 2-wheel drive car. Let me fucking go ahead and give this a go. Got to give it a good run, full speed. Right back. That's what Renegade used to help people get through. Now they're booing it in fourth quarter when defense is on the field.
Sad.
Good old days.
Oh.
Should have known we were in them.
First time it's been booed?
Oh, yeah.
Do we know? Really?
There might have been a lack of response, maybe not as enthused a couple times, but I don't think just an open, nope, this team doesn't deserve this. Boo! Fucking renegade? Yeah, right, dude. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. Paul Feinbaum's doing a lot of talking.
Oh, yeah.
As he should.
A lot of coaching hires.
A lot of talking about a lot of stuff going on right now. And we're in the most meaningful time of the year. Meaningful football season. We're back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Take 5.
Bye.
All the way here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up routine, gratitude, truly. I'm all the way in Eugene, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude, truly. Feel like new school, Dean, life's pretty cool, G3 jobs, few means tank top, blue jeans.
So this is insane. I'm the 5th guy ever to ride this motorcycle. It's a 1996 Fat Boy. They've been doing it since 1999. It's called the Leader of the Quack.
You can call me the leader of the quack right now. Quack, quack, quack.
The guy currently, his name is Matt. He's a dog. He's wearing a different jacket today. And he told me to wear the one he's wearing. This is a Grateful Dead one, so I'm going to wear this one. Leader of the Quack coming in 3, 2, and...
Oh! Shots, view screens, movie star, 2 scenes, bank account, juicy, cancel, you me, boogeyman, spooky, folks watch, Lucy's hating folks, dookie, yeah, you waiting for. Yeah, you waiting for, dookie, yeah, you waiting for, dookie. Yeah, I'm up here in Eugene, smoking on some new green, checking out some new scenes. And you hating for?
Were you the one that I beat the hell out of tic-tac-toe and Rochambeau?
I just beat him at tic-tac-toe. Hook, line, and sinker. You're the worst tic-tac-toe player of all time.
Yeah, get out. Undefeated. Completely different. You guys came down into the thing. Boom!
Make me wanna put my hands up and hang my heels up and smoke some trees and give me the Oregon Ducks to get a huge win today. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Don't let that shit happen again today.
Let's go big. Oh yeah, man. Oh, get it.
Thanks, bro.
Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom.
Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I was the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening? What is this?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news. We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something you should do with Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, then let's go. Yeah. Let's. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is. That motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
Ask for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is that one of them? Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward. A little more awkward? Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
Two dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all three of them stacked up. Nice. Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
He looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and then you just shot them right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still.
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we bought this place.
The legit. Let's go and talk to the boys.
Amazing, let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
Good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Are we good?
What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here.
that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Why?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this magical Overreaction Monday, December 1st, 2025, hour 3 of the program begins now.
Football!
It's magical. That's AJ Hawk, and congrats to him and his Ohio State Buckeyes.
Hey!
AJ, tell me how you feel about this Ohio State Buckeye team. Maybe one of the most dominating runs a college football team has ever had. They roll into the Big Ten Championship this weekend in Indianapolis, Indiana, to take on the Indiana Hoosiers, who haven't won a conference championship since like 1967 or something like that in football. Obviously, it takes place in the state in which they represent. There's Hoosiers fans everywhere. Buckeyes fans are insane. Should be a magical weekend. How do you feel about your Buckeyes, AJ Hawk?
I feel pretty good about where they are. I mean, obviously, we knew they had to go up to Ann Arbor and win a tough one. The views and the clips from this game will be shown forever. Obviously, the snowfall and what Brutus was doing on the sideline in the end zone was awesome. I think it'll be one of those games we look at years down the road that they took care of business. But you had a big test with Kirk Herbstreit and the old Indiana Hoosiers. I think it's going to be an awesome 1-2 matchup. I wish you would be there and see the hoopla, with the game day set. But I'm sure you'll get there later on in the playoffs, hopefully.
Are you going to come over for the game or no?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out.
We'll get you a bird. Come over. We're going to be there. We're going to go to it. Legit.
Are you?
Yeah.
You going?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fucking...
I can't wait.
My expectation is this is going to be an insane environment. Like, I think it's going to be an outrageous environment because Hoosiers fans, good fans, they only get a chance to do it for basketball games, though, for a long time. Obviously they've shown that they will be football fans. They are football people naturally. In Lucas Oil, which a lot of Hoosiers would call their own home, And then Ohio State Buckeye fans always travel, always very loud. I mean, it should be electrifying in the city of Indianapolis. And, I'll be heading back from the SEC Championship college game day morning and going to that for sure. Yeah, the city's going to be shut down for this thing. I mean, it is going to be outrageous. And I think what Mendoza and that Indiana offense can do, not a lot of teams in the country can do. It's the original reason why I picked Indiana over Oregon is because I'd been forced to watch this Indiana Hoosier team being a local here, and I've seen it, and it's like this Mendoza guy operates like a Sunday quarterback. This guy's an NFL quarterback. They got talent all over the place. They're able to protect him. It's like, and they can run it. This team is a good team, and your defense can be dominant, which your team certainly has been. But Mendoza's been able to be good against those types of teams because he can also read, which is what your defense can do to offenses. So it's like, I think the game's going to live up. I think the game's going to live up to the environment that it's going to be played in, and I think it's special, man. I think it's a very, very special situation for both these teams, Age.
I can't wait to hear. I don't know. You think Kirk Herbstreit will be a little more subdued this week leading up to it, or you think he's going to be, he's going to be very boisterous and talkative?
If I had to guess, he told us earlier in the season that he doesn't have to do that shit anymore. He said he felt like he had to do all that to make sure everybody believed. Like he feels like he had to come in there. He said the first 4 hours I was in the building, I realized that we got to change a lot of people's a lot of everything around here. Opinions, ideas. We got to build this program up, basically. So he says that decision was made strictly because of the lack of belief in the program that he felt immediately upon arrival. So he started talking his shit. Fuck Ohio State, fuck Purdue, fuck Michigan. Yeah, like this is what we're doing in this entire thing. And then now he said he feels like people believe in him. And I think that's real. I think we do believe in the Hoosiers. And I think that's why Saturday night is going to be glorious here in Indianapolis.
I mean, what the president and AD said to you last year when game day went there.
Yeah, we are fully aligned. We are fully aligned. President, I think, from Georgia. AD from, if I recall right, alignment from football places. Like very much understand what football can do for entire university, what sports can do for entire university, and they're embracing it. And obviously the Penn State job opens up. Indiana immediately goes, hey, you want to stay here? Yes. Here's a new deal for however much, $100 million. We'll keep you here for the next 6 years. Like they are very much all in on it. And the Ohio State Buckeyes are in the middle of a dynasty, so special
stuff.
It's
going to be physical game. That's why I thought the Michigan game was cool, because it was very physical. When I talked to people that were there in the stadium, they said like every play, even if it's not on camera, like there's dudes 20 yards down the field kind of going back and forth, kind of pushing, shoving. After every play, it was a rivalry game. It's very, very physical. There's a cut up too of Kazmarek, the tight end. The dude was blocking his ass off, putting dudes on the ground. There's like 5, 6, 7 clips where this guy is just finishing dudes all over the field, landing on top of them. It was one of those games. This is how it's supposed to be.
Hey, can you tell me a little bit about, obviously, Jeremiah Smith's unbelievable. He was warming up.
What a move. The defensive holding there, right, D-Butt?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
What a bucket shot there from Julian Sain to Tate. I mean, this Ohio State team has been beating everybody's ass. I mean, that's what they've been doing. And Texas, actually, Sarkisian came out. Week 1, we lost 7 to Ohio State. We've all seen what Ohio State has done to everybody. It's like, since jump, this Ohio State team has been understanding that they have to be great and they're expected to be great. Now they got the Michigan game out of the way. Now it's like full focus on what this entire season. They feel more like a machine, I think, than any other team at this point.
Yeah, I would be interested to hear AJ's thought if he is afraid of any, drop-off because of the emotional. Now you finally got this Michigan monkey off your back. I know this is a huge game. You're defending national champs, but now after getting a win like that, this is the first for this group, obviously. Any fear of a fall off facing this Hoosier team?
I don't think so. I think they feel probably. I mean, Ryan Day, I think he is on those dudes every single day. Like he is highly, highly motivated. So the rest of them are. But I think now they think, all right, cool. Like now our season begins. Like what we've done was cool. Like whatever. But now we are here to do what we set out to do. This is what we want to do. We plan on going undefeated and win a national championship, and that's all out in front of us.
Here are the odds to win the national championship as we sit at this moment with DraftKings. Ohio State plus 160, Indiana plus 425, Georgia plus 800. Damn. Oregon plus 1,000 alongside Notre Dame. And Texas Tech, hey, that's a good football team.
It is a good football team.
Hey, now that we're talking about Texas Tech, hey.
Did they play this weekend?
That's a good football team. They need, I think, to get out of the Big 12. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think Texas
they are
Tech.
more SEC.
They feel right,
Yeah.
West Texas, but if you really zoom out and move over, you can say they're a part of the southeastern part of the United States of America. So the fact that Sankey has not invited Texas Tech into the SEC is disgusting. For those people down there in Lubbock, I'm going to let you know.
He's probably afraid of them.
It's exactly what it is. And they know that. But if you guys get invited to go over there, you guys should go on over there and prove just who the hell you are.
How's BYU not in the Mountain West? They're in the mountains.
Bingo.
I'm okay with BYU hanging in the Big 12.
okay.
Especially with some of the rumors.
Trying to pick it up. Yeah,
they're kind of. But Texas Tech, we need them out of the Big 12.
Okay.
We need them. They beat the shit out of the West Virginia Mountaineers.
I saw some clips, yeah.
They potted. I mean, just in
good football team.
That's a good football team. That's a good football team. Right. And I don't think nationally there's a lot of respect for them because it's brand new. Like Texas Tech is brand new. But like one of the people, let alone high school coach loves ball, quarterback, high school, his dad's high school coach loves ball. They embrace Texas. It's like the people, the Double Eagle and Buddy Beach. Okay, the people that are kind of behind this entire thing who took a shovel out and they went down there and they found it. Okay, and they certainly have it. And they played ball. In the trenches is where they played ball. So it's like we want the best D-line and we want the best offensive line. And it's like, you got Patrick Mahomes, too, who's there to get brand new stuff from Adidas and recruit whenever you talk about weapons and everything. Like, it's like I think they're just getting started. Oh, yeah. I don't think I think they are a real problem for as long as that shit's in the ground. And that shit's going to be in the ground for a long time. And that is how I think Cody Campbell
and Dusty Wobble,
and Buddy Beach, okay, and these boys, I think that's how they view it. And I think they're all aligned like, hey, when we're good at sports, everything's better around here. It's a very family-oriented part of the country, I think, and of the state. And it's like family, sports, it's like that's everything they love. And it's like they view that as their team. And to have one of the main drivers of that be a trenches guy, it's like he knows. This guy gets it. This guy really understands.
That's where they spent this offseason, too.
All of it, that D-line. We got no points. We played 4 quarters against them.
Yeah, saw. Let's go football team.
It sucks to have to tweet that out.
Final.
Yeah, why do they?
I don't know.
Everyone does it.
They didn't
Everyone.
Yeah, that's because they want engagement, I think.
You don't have to.
You
You
know,
want engagement on.
they want remember, these people have not all these people, not West Virginia, certainly not. Okay, certainly not West Virginia. But, these social media people, they got the wrong,
Send it.
they got the wrong goals. Sometimes their goals aren't. This is not what I'm referring to. If you please, this one is not what I'm referring to. Although that's not a good one.
Should just lie. Like 30-0.
Yeah, because you can just say you stopped tweeting.
Yeah.
Last we saw this tweet. I actually posted this 2 hours ago. It just went out. You know how the stadium be.
Fine.
Sorry about it.
Get 'em
and then
next
you can even
time.
quote tweet that and say, "Sorry, delay on the tweet. We'll see you next week." Then bang. Now you're getting actual numbers as opposed to just saying we're ass cheeks. Look at this. And look at this.
7 touchdowns.
Or just say, like, hey, the boys fought hard and were unable to get a victory, and just don't put the score.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Phrasing,
Good game,
phrasing,
Texas Tech.
phrasing. Although we weren't able to get on the scoreboard this week, we will certainly attempt to in the future.
Or just Texas Tech's go football team.
That's all it needs to be said.
Yeah.
And also, maybe even Texas Tech should be banned from the Big 12. Let's go there.
Maybe some
Banned.
player.
They need to be
Go to
banned.
hell, Texas Tech.
Yeah, that's what the posts need to be. That Texas Tech team, I think, is going to be good for a long. So is West Virginia, though. Okay, we're finding our hard edge. It was lost there for a while, but it has been found once again, and that's an off-season run. We're not losing our coaches to Colorado State, so I don't want to hear anything.
Not yet.
Has Kevin Bryant decommitted yet?
Whoa.
He knows we need him.
Okay.
And enough with even putting that in the universe.
Okay.
Tim Brown's boy.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's not letting him decommit.
Maybe post that. Just post Kevin Brown highlight.
Yeah, there you go.
West Virginia football.
Make forget.
The future.
Boom.
On the next season.
Bodies. And it's him. And they have a transformation from his photo shoot that he had where his quads were out and his jaw, and then it goes into his pads right here, and then he's, yeah. What? And then it's down.
What if Lane comes after him?
What the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Mike.
Why are you doing that? We don't need that.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are we even talking like that?
He's not a Lane. LSU doesn't want. He's where he should be. He's going home.
Thank you. Yes.
He's going home.
I kept you off the screen, though. I didn't want him to get swayed. Ohio State was one of his final 3. It's like, we do not need anything here. This is a big deal for West Virginia. I think it's being proved every single week, when we go out there. Showing promise, showing a chance, and then we run into a team that is there right now. This is where we are trying to get to. And Texas Tech, I think they're going to be there for a while, man. They got football people with the money. As opposed to, I think Cody Campbell, if he really wanted to, I assume he could have got into the scouting NFL world. He's one of those types of guys. I think he could have got in there, loves ball, knows ball, just so happened to take some of his ball money and go start a company, back Texas Tech. Sure. And boy, we hit it. And then we did it again. And then holy shit, did it again. And then we did it again. And they, I think, view themselves as football people, how they want it to look. And then you add in Mahomes, it's like, that's a problem, dude. And that fan base is crazy.
Yeah.
They are a fucking great fan. That's got to get, I assume that's only going to get bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Who else in the Big 12 has those kind of, that kind of alignment that they have right now?
Oh, I don't know whenever you give that question, But whenever you talk about the alignment, it's like this is what every college football team would. The money people are football people. Because everybody's like, hey, the money people can't be telling the football people what to do. It's like, well, the money people are fucking football people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, Mahomes, you think he knows his shit? Do you think he can maybe these guys, they know ball? Like it's quite a, they need to be banned. They need to be banned.
Them also understanding, like, hey, we need to get better on the offensive and defensive line, and like kind of changing from the gimmicky bullshit that they used to be, where like they just go out and throw for 750 yards. Like you can't just beat every team 56-49. So them understanding, like, even with Mahomes being there, like, no, we have to do this the right way. And then you see when they actually do it the right way, it's like, oh wow, these guys are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, this is Cody Campbell's tweet. Love you, Red Raider Nation. Love you, Joey Maguire. And every single one of the incredible group of guys you coach. Now let's go get a Big 12 championship.
Big game. For the
Let's
next
go get
10 years.
Mm-hmm. That's
nobody's going to get in our way. Sweet road to the playoffs. They ain't leaving. Why would they?
No, they'd be so stupid to leave. They're in a beautiful spot.
Yeah, right. What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about right now? We talking about the Big 12 being a cakewalk to the playoffs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Money well spent. Money well spent.
Little do you guys
Might be
know.
a Clemson ACC situation for the next day.
No, I don't think so. I think that is not accurate.
Natties.
Here is championship week as we look ahead. Congrats to these teams potentially winning the first championship of the year. This is something that every team looks forward to, has their sights on. It's talked about in the building throughout the entire year, trying to win your conference championship. All these teams will have the chance to do as such. That Georgia-Alabama game, obviously down there in the SEC, will be a spectacular one in Atlanta. A lot of questions about if Alabama loses this game, would that be held against them in the College Football Playoff Committee? And then I've heard Herbstreit, I think, say that he has heard that if you make the championship game, you can't drop anywhere, but you could maybe go up or something.
I haven't seen that rule.
Me neither. I have not either.
The Herbie rule?
I think he heard from somebody, maybe a committee member. Can we FaceTime Herbstreit? Can you please FaceTime Herbstreit?
That would be 3 losses for them?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
So then they go into the 3-loss committee, the 3-loss crew, and then there's a lot of conversations about all that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, who's ranked higher than Duke?
Who's that?
JMU and both of those American teams. So if there's a situation where Duke wins, ACC might be left out of the college football playoff.
Come on, Duke.
Which would be insanity. Obviously, that'd be a huge conversation. Alabama or Texas getting into
I hope not.
the playoff would be a huge conversation. And Alabama potentially getting punished for losing in the SEC championship would be a huge story, because then you would hear every person that's ever been involved with the sport say, so these championship games are not good to go to? So Oregon is not going to the championship game, so they just get to hang out. They won't add any other losses, and they're in a great spot. Is that kind of the thought of what we want in the future? And then you think about Alabama. If you win the SEC championship, though, all of a sudden now you're in a much more primo position. Georgia stays in, I think, regardless.
Yeah, I think that teams that are in this conference championship this weekend would be the Oregon, Indiana, Texas Tech, Georgia, and Bama. I think no matter what happens. It's because you can't take – I don't think you can punish Alabama for losing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who is always in the middle of most conversations about ball, because he kicks off NFL weeks on Thursday Night on Prime with Al Michaels. He is the face of College Game Day, which I am lucky to be a part of, 9 to noon. And then he calls the primetime game every single week on ABC. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, former president of Ohio, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah,
Herbie, thank you for coming on. I hope you had an incredible morning thus far. I hope you had a great weekend. Question for you. Were you the one that said, because I was just thinking aloud here, Alabama, obviously, if they lose in the championship game, will pick up a 3rd loss. Then all of a sudden, everybody's like, well, they'll get tossed into the 3-loss group, and then maybe they miss the college football playoff, which then leads into people saying, well, you don't want to make your conference championship game? What does the conference championship game even mean? Didn't you say that you heard something about not being able to drop in ranking if you're in the championship game unless it's a blowout or something like that? I forget. Was that you that said that? And if it wasn't you, what are your thoughts on that situation?
Yeah, it probably was me in one of our meetings. Let me pull this over. Probably me in one of our meetings with
I like that.
Game Day. Good. I mean, it is is this working? Is the mic on?
We can hear you for sure. I don't know if you're going through the mic or not, but it looks cool.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'm not going through it. But you're right. The meeting we had, I was because I've been told this. It's not my opinion. I've just been told that if you go into a conference championship game, and unless now Wisconsin, I think in 14 got blown out by Ohio State 59-0, and that flipped everything. Ohio State went way up. They were 2 spots behind and ended up going up. But I haven't seen. I can't remember a team that had to play a bonus game that then got punished for playing in that game. I mean, Alabama went to Athens and beat Georgia in the regular season, and now they're going to play them a second time, and we all know how tough it is on a second time. So I don't know. Unless they get worked, I'd be surprised. And we don't even know what the rankings are until tomorrow night to find out whether or not how far ahead are they of some of these other teams. Have you guys broken down Duke potentially winning yet?
Tone just kind of led into it a little bit about maybe the ACC champion not having any representation in the top 5 or top highest ranked conference champions.
Yeah, it's really confusing because, for me anyway, the top 5 conference champs, I think we all get locked in Big Ten, SEC, ACC, Big 12. But in this case, if Duke, who's 7-5, ended up winning, you're not going to move them up over the American winner, Tulane and North Texas. So that champion is automatically in. And if JMU, who I think has a chance to get into the rankings this week, they're 19th this week in the coaches and AP poll. But if JMU wins their conference championship game, they would go in. And if Duke beat Texas Tech, you could have JMU, let's just say Tulane, if they beat North Texas, ACC out. If BYU beats Texas Tech, Texas Tech's not out. So you have BYU in, Texas Tech in. Now you start where do you start eliminating teams? Think about that. BYU, count them for me. BYU, Texas Tech, JMU, Tulane. And now you got the Big Ten champion. Let's say Ohio State, Indiana, whoever wins, the loser's still in. Oregon is going to go in. So if all kinds of chaos, we haven't even gotten to Notre Dame yet. And how many do we have? We haven't gotten to the SEC yet. How many do you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Notre Dame would be 8.
Whoa. I mean, think about what's left now. Think about what's left. Georgia, Texas A&M, Ole Miss,
they're out.
Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Alabama, Vandy, Texas, Miami, Utah. I mean, if that happens, you have it's complete and utter chaos, because going by what you said, you got to put Notre Dame in. Well, then who are you going to leave out?
I'm telling you,
Notre Dame.
Hey, I don't like it, Kirk. I don't think any of us like it. And it was kind of the reason why you were talking the way you were talking on Saturday about Lane being able to coach his team. Obviously there was people that got very upset with you saying that, like, hey, the reality is that's just not going to work out for any party, yada, yada, yada. But I think what you were thinking of is if Lane's not there and his other coaches that are going with him aren't there, what is this team going to look like as opposed to what they worked for all year? That is the world you were living in, right? Is that not?
I was looking at it from a player's perspective. And a unprecedented season in the history of 122 years of Ole Miss football. I wanted them, and whether it's Lane, if Lane has to go, Keith Carter said he's got to go. Okay, I mean, that's his decision. That's fine. Can Charlie Weiss Jr. stay? Can Joe Cox stay? I mean, you imagine Ole Miss preparing. You got Joe Judge, is one of the few offensive coaches that's still in Oxford, and everybody else is in Baton Rouge. So this chaos, and I'm not saying it's Ole Miss's fault. We talk about the calendar. Ole Miss had to make a decision, and I respect that their AD basically said, listen, you're either with us or you're against us. If you're out, goodbye. But it really puts this Ole Miss team that's enjoying a season that we've never seen. I would just love to have seen, kind of like what Tulane's doing. John Summerall's going to Florida. He's coaching in the conference championship game of the American. If they win, he's coaching in the playoff. I think, that maybe they decided it was a different set of circumstances going from Tulane to Florida. I get that. But I just thought maybe if they went around to the players, especially the leadership council, and said, hey, guys, this sucks. I mean, it is what it is. Do you guys want Lane and all these coaches to stick around? Do you want to do it without him? And I don't know if they did that or not, but if they did and the leadership council said, to hell with him, get him out here, I'd be like, okay, that players made that decision. Let's go with it. But I don't know if that happened. I have no idea. I just know Ole Miss made that decision, and I'm not like jumping up and down saying how dare they. I wish for their sake they could have stayed intact, made a hell of a run. Maybe they'll circle the wagons and play with a pissed off attitude. That Lane left. I'm sure. Like the example I used this morning with Joey was West Virginia lost Rich Rod to go to Ann Arbor. They had to go play Oklahoma. You were on the team in Phoenix or in Tempe or Glendale. No one thought they'd have a chance against Oklahoma. And I don't think Elmer Fudd could have been the coach that day for West Virginia, and they would have killed anybody. You guys were pissed off at the world. And maybe that'll be Ole Miss, on the if they get into the CFP and they make a run. Maybe they'll be mad at the world.
Hopefully it could unite them and they get going. We had Pat White, Steve Slayton, Noah Devine, Owen Schmidt, Nicholas Reynaud, Tito.
You guys were,
yeah.
You would have beaten anybody in the country that night.
Yeah,
anybody.
And the issue is if some doofus makes a couple kicks, before that, we do beat anybody in the country, which we're still living in, and we're trying to get back to that, obviously. But to your point, we went through Coach Rod leaving to go to higher grounds. He went to Michigan, a job that you have to take. And Stoops, I believe, from Oklahoma said, we were hoping that we would get a better team or something like that. Like they said something along those lines, like team's not even good enough. Bill Stewart, who was our head coach at the time, he was tight ends and special teams coordinator, beloved by
no one really knew him. No one really knew him in the outside world.
Beloved by the locker room, obviously been around a long time. And the way he talked that whole week about how bad everybody thought we were ass and all this stuff, it was a cool week for us. It was a cool week for me. I had to battle a lot of personal demons, obviously, but it was we beat the shit out of that team. It was a cool thing to watch our team respond that way. Maybe Ole Miss will do that. That was one game. If you want to make it to you have to win multiple games, and there's a lot that goes into it. And obviously, with the timing of the transfer portal and signing day, and you're with another team, and we have our team, who's going to be talking to the people? It's what a nightmare. And I think we've all talked about the calendar being crazy, and hopefully they'll be able to change that. But I don't know. This shit was crazy how it all went down there at Ole Miss. And to the point that you're talking about BYU, Texas Tech, JMU, Tulane, 3 from the Big Ten, Notre Dame, Georgia, A&M, Bama, Ole Miss. Is that who you put in there? Remember the clause that they have in this thing. Could you imagine how bad Lane Kiffin would be hated?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
They can't do it. Ole Miss got it.
But they're
have to get it.
I don't think Notre Dame's
and by the way, guys, none of those weigh more heavily than the other. Strength of schedule, head-to-head, comparative outcomes of common opponents, and then it's not just because it's down there at number 4. It's availability of key players and coaches, and I don't know how. There's no way the committee. Ole Miss finished the year strong. I mean, think about how they blocked out all the noise and went out in the Egg Bowl. We all thought that was a tricky game for them.
Oh, my God. The committee.
The cowbells, the rivalry, Ole Miss.
Oh, my God. The committee doing that would be the biggest heel move of all time.
I just don't think it's even I don't think they can do that.
But what if they're at 6 right now? What if they move them down to 11 and they go from having a home game to having to go on the road? Like, even that people are going to be fucking pissed off.
Didn't they drop them already?
One spot, yeah.
Oklahoma on that list you had to?
Nope.
They're making it.
Because Oklahoma's there. So then you're saying Notre Dame drops out
There's I can't remember the list. There's like
I don't know who dropped.
If that's the situation, there's a chance where like Notre Dame, Miami, Vandy, I'm trying to think of who the other 2 lost.
BYU,
BYU,
Texas.
Only
Vandy.
2 of those teams can get in. So it's going to be.
No, I mean you're talking about having 3 spots, and you're talking about 7 or 8 teams that are worthy of having an argument to be in there. And by the way, I don't think anybody signed up for, it's great to see these underdogs, and that's a lot of fun.
I don't want to see.
But how is Miami of Florida, the year that they've had, why can't a tiebreaker be the CFP rankings? Like, how is Miami the best team in the ACC, and they're not even going to Charlotte? It makes no sense to me. Like how Duke at 7-5 is going to play Virginia, who's had a great year and a hell of a story. But how is Miami not going? Why can't the tiebreaker be the CFP rankings? It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense in college ball, but we're still going to watch it. And we still love it. The controversy, the drama, the atmosphere, and the meaningful football that is on its way for college football. We're pumped that we get to be a part of it. See you down there in Atlanta, brother.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Indianapolis, brother, is going to be insane here.
I'm coming back for the second half. After I call the SEC, I'm going to fly up to Indy to watch from the sideline. You guys going to be in the suite?
Yes, you're coming through for real?
Yeah, I'm going to fly out and catch you. I hope to be there by halftime.
Okay, come on. It's going to be...
What time? What time's your game? What time's that game start? Do you guys know?
8
p.m.
Oh, definitely. My game, I think... What time's my game? 3 or 4?
4.
Oh, shit. Let's see, 7:30. 7:30 airport by hopefully 8:30 at the latest in the air.
Yeah, second
Right,
Land by 9:30.
Yeah.
Is there an FBO near downtown?
Yeah, 15.
All right, so I'm there worst case by 10.
All right, we'll see you then. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah,
Should be a
that's
good
awesome.
time. They're going to shut down this city for this game. The Hoosiers have a basketball game at 3:30 in the afternoon. Ohio State obviously travels in bunches. I mean, it's going to be...
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's gonna be a
fucking...
scene.
Yes, it is. It's going to be insane here. We can't wait to see you here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, Kirk.
Oh, Kirk.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Man, we'll win. We'll win. Ohio State. I see you're wearing your blue shirt like you were wearing your blue suit on Saturday for the boy, for your boy.
Typically wear blue. How many do gray or blue?
Makes the eyes pop.
Yeah, those baby blues.
Yeah, you got those baby blues. You were told earlier, you wear blue, those sons of bitches will
Is
pop.
Ty still mad at me?
No.
I was complimenting his athletic ability.
No, I was more mad about the Iowa stuff, and then I'll tell you what, Kirk, after they just beat the absolute shit out of Nebraska.
feel good?
Yeah, I feel great. Packers won on Thursday.
Thanksgiving win. You're feeling good.
Exactly. I'm a good spot right now.
How are you?
Good.
How was
I love you.
How was the Black Friday game? Did you enjoy that?
Loved it. Absolutely.
Like,
Loved it.
There's going to be more of those, right? Bezos is going to be spending more on those super duper holiday games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's my 4th year there, and they've had 4 of them. I think the last couple of years, people have kind of caught on to them a little bit more because you're used to the Thanksgiving games, but Black Friday, it was a blast. Bears are really, really good. Man, they're fun. Old school I formation, run it down your throat, play action. Caleb is much more disciplined, playing great defense. They're going to be a factor. You look at their schedule. It's going to be a fun matchup in the postseason with really the division: Kansas City or Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago. All 3 of those teams. I got Detroit, Dallas Thursday. I don't think either team can afford to lose that game. That's a huge one Thursday.
Yeah, Dallas might be the best team in ball right now. So, which is such an interesting part of the Dallas Cowboys story because there's a chance they can't make the playoffs, but we'll be calling them the best team in ball, and Jerry Jones will run with that all offseason. That'll be an entire offseason of not making the playoffs, but still best team in ball. Shit, you fucking saw it. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we are. You saw us. We're electrifying too. You want to buy a ticket to see this Dallas Cowboys team. That's what you want to do. And next year it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a different story. Can't wait to watch you on the call. Hey, did you see the photo before we get out of here? You saw the photo of your boy lined up with his team protecting the logo?
Did not.
You'll be proud of your boy. You'll be proud of your boy. He's standing there in the line. There's a photo of Ohio State guys in the crowd at the big house. And then there's a bunch of Michigan guys, like in a crew. Allegedly, they're like protecting the M or whatever, so it's not happening. And you'll see in the one photo, number 15, Herbstreit, right there on the right side. And I was like, standing with the boys. I like it. He's in the back. Would maybe we move up to the front there. But I do appreciate that and that entire thing. And I appreciate the shit out of that rivalry as a whole. I like
it's so good. So much fun. Those colors on the field together, I can't get enough of that, obviously. I'm old school. Love that Ohio State clean, old school original whites instead of doing something crazy. I love the look of both the teams. And Ohio State was dominant. You got to Ohio State's defense, I'm sure AJ talks about them all the time. What Matt Patricia, if he doesn't win the Broyles Award as a top assistant, I'd be shocked. Their defense, what is it, 8 points a game through 12 games? That play right there kind of felt like a turning point. And, of course, people argued about this one. I don't know if it would have mattered a whole lot, him bobbling the ball there. Some people wanted that to be a touchback. But Ohio State, just so many playmakers, played with good discipline. And I was in the tunnel with the two teams. Oh, there. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see 15 right there. You see 15.
There he is. Yep. I'm going to show you some text that Wink sent me over the weekend that you'll appreciate and like. But because he was with him every week this year down on the scout team. Imagine being a freshman quarterback and Wink Martindale is your defensive coordinator you're learning from and competing against, and really, really, what an opportunity to grow, as a young buck.
Yeah.
He had a great year doing that.
Good for old Chase. All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, man.
All right, dudes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk
Herbstreit.
All right, let's get some overreactions. Oh, Erin Andrews said she had an overreaction for us. Was that about her getting misquoted, basically out of context?
I would assume so.
What an absurd thing to happen. I can't believe those people did that to her.
Shocked.
Wait, that's what they do.
No.
That's kind of their entire thing. That was fucked up. Erin Andrews is OG in the game.
Uh-huh.
She's given a lot of time of her life to football.
Oh, yeah.
She was doing the games in Morgantown whenever we were playing, whenever I was playing there. I assume a couple of UConn games, probably playing against us if I had to guess. But you're talking about just like serving time to football and like always seemingly loves ball.
Mm-hmm.
Never like anything else. So to be like Erin Andrews, this lady is
she's pouting because she can't go home to her family on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I don't like that anybody like bought it though, because EA is always like.
Can't remember who quote tweeted it too, and it was like definitely someone who should have known better.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people should have known.
Yeah.
EA's like she's a positive force for
part
ball.
of the institution.
She's a positive force for ball. I like getting quoted out of context, though, is a crazy thing that happens on the internet these days, and there's going to be people that just run with that narrative for the rest of their life, and they're never going to be corrected. Yep. And that's okay. Can't wait to run into them in public. Jeez, that's always an enjoyable time. On that note, let's get to some overreaction, shall we? This is what Monday is all about. Put out a tweet that says, hey, listen, why don't you let us know how you feel about your football team? Let them all out. You will not be judged. No, you'll actually be celebrated. All you got to use is... I don't want to overreact.
But...
We had some good ones earlier. I don't know if we need to keep doing that on ESPN because it holds back the limitations of what we're able to put up there. Yeah. Ty had like a couple different options that we had to pull back. Yeah, had to pull because those things are just plastered right on the screen. Mm-hmm. People walk through the airport, especially with the delays today.
Yeah. Jesus, that says fuck like 8 times.
Yeah, is that even a... Yeah, so we had to dial it back. But shout out to the overreactions making it onto ESPN. And shout out to you for participating. This became a trending topic. This is from Dave Kratt at DaveKratt99. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Chicago Bears are the #1 team in the NFC. The Bears thought they will live in darkness for eternity, but a fucking stallion showed up and changed everything. Green Bay, get ready to meet your new dad. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Bear... Dahn. Shout out to Chicago. They do have a guy.
Yeah, big time.
Certainly have a guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was my tweet after watching that game and then seeing him shirtless. It's like, oh, Ben Johnson's a fucking guy. Like that is, they're certified at this point. So quick into his head coaching career, so fast turnaround, and then he's also still jacked. So I got massive respect for what he's done, AJ. And we talked about it earlier. He's put his culture in, which I think is the hardest thing to institute.
Yeah, I feel like he's gotten his culture kind of set pretty earlier than expected, earlier in the season. I mean, it was doom and gloom for a little bit throughout. Remember all the mistakes they talked about during training camp, him restarting practice, and I remember we took it as a good thing, saying, hey, no, Ben Johnson's not messing around. He's holding these guys accountable like he is. He's letting them know that the standard is very, very high here, and I feel like, man, how many wins do they have? What, 8 of the last 9, something like that? Yeah, whatever it is. Like this is not what it looked like the first couple weeks of the season, I think, and the fact that Caleb's playing so well and Ben Johnson, I mean, great coaches, they kind of cater and they craft things. They put their players in position to make plays, and how they can run the ball, man, like that's something that travels. And the good thing is they play the Packers 2 times still in the rest of this season. So we will truly get to see who runs the North, I guess.
Yeah, who runs the North? Who's the shirtless coach of the North? It's Ben Johnson forever and ever. And Swift's nickname was Philly, is what they called him. So going back to Philly playing against him, I thought he would have a big day. They go for 281 on the ground, which is obviously the most that a Sirianni-led team has ever given up. Crazy. And a lot of people talking about Chicago Bears just bullied the Eagles, basically.
Yeah.
They just bullied the Eagles. And that's exactly what Ben Johnson wanted. We spend all the money on the offensive line as soon as he gets there. Just like this Texas Tech team, basically. As soon as he gets there, hey, what do we need to fix? Offensive line. I want all the good offensive linemen that are available right now. How much are we paying? Whatever the fuck we need to pay for it. It's like that's as soon as you get there, knowing that that's the right move. And then if you get Caleb to buy in, which he has, seemingly, and then the rest of the team, it's like, golly, it's magic what can happen to a place. Chicago's alive again.
Yeah, and you mentioned the offensive line. Someone put out a great kind of encapsulation of Joe Thuney and his entire career. He basically was part of the end of the Patriots dynasty. Unbelievable. Best guard in football. Then he goes to the Chiefs, wins 2 or 3, whatever the hell it is, and now at the Bears. I mean, he is kind of the prototypical guard you would want, especially for a young quarterback, just because, you guys have talked about it. Having a vet on that offensive line is so huge. Like, Darnell Wright's great. I think he's in his 2nd or 3rd year, so not really a vet. Like, Joe Thuney just being there, helping him out is huge.
Yeah, here's the tweet you're referring to. The Patriots drafted Joe Thuney in 2016. He won 3 AFC championships and 2 Super Bowl titles. New England hasn't won a playoff game since he left. And then he joined the Chiefs for 4 years, won 3 more AFCs and 2 Super Bowl titles. Now he's joined the Bears, and they're 8-3, 9-3 now, and on their way. And Kansas City, obviously, feels the loss without him.
Yeah.
Wild turn of events.
And obviously, a guy like that is going to have the impact he has on the field, but the impact that he has in the locker room and things we'll never see, like that's priceless. Like, it's guys who don't get the credit outside the building, but we know what kind of guys they are inside the building. So for them to turn this around because everybody talked about is how they built this team with the first-round picks, a wide receiver, and you get a quarterback like Caleb Williams, can't even win it in Chicago in that type of weather, and to see him come out and bully teams. And now, at this point, 5 games won in November? That's when we talk about real football starts in the NFL. And then they're getting healthier on defense. Their backers will be back at some point, but they get Kyler Gordon back, getting Jalen Johnson back, which when he's in his prime, he's one of the best corners in the league. So, the arrow's only up for the Chicago team.
The Bears, the Kings of the North. Oh, no.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
They play the Packers 2 times in the next 3 weeks, and I think the game on Sunday will be the most impactful Bears-Packers game since 2013. In the last week of the season, it was winner take all for the division. There hasn't been a Bears-Packers game with this much juice in 12 years, which is crazy, but that's the way it should be.
On a collision course of rivalry greatness for the next 10, 15 years. Can't wait to watch. Let's go to the next overreaction. It's from Phil Huser. They call him the Hughes. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Eagles are fucking dead. Their brain dead head coach and dumbass offensive coordinator lost them not only the 1 seed, but are now going to lose the NFC East. These dickheads couldn't scheme Jerry fucking Rice open. 2023 all over again. Generational offense ruined by these dopes. A lot of that coming out of Philly?
Yeah, a lot of that. People are sick of Sirianni as well, and the Patullo stuff. This has been going on since week 2, and as you can imagine, when Sirianni came out and said, hey, we're not making any changes, Philly fans were pretty calm and normal.
Yeah, the Hughes certainly said, okay, yeah, we're not doing anything. We like our guys, huh? Is that what we're doing? Well, we're about sick of it over here. Now, Sirianni, unless he is making a full change, cannot say anything negative publicly about a coach in his staff. Now, if he makes the move and decides to move on from Patullo, then I think he could say something publicly. But watching the Eagles the way they are and the way they got beat up, I think I saw Orlovsky or somebody say earlier today, the way the defense is playing in Philly is as if they understand that the offense is shite. And it's like you can break them, basically. And I think I saw CJ maybe.
Yes, because he's on the Bears now.
I think CJ said, I told you they fold or something like that.
Yep.
It's almost like the Philadelphia Eagles are waiting for a reason to not win a game, And it's like, I think that all goes back to the vibes around it. So much drama, so much controversy. I don't know how they were able to win a Super Bowl in it all, but if anybody can turn it around, I guess it would be Sirianni in this Eagles team. Good luck to them. The Bears are for real. Let's go to the next overreaction. This is from Mitchell Cantley at PHX Streeter. Okay, sick. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Detroit's flash has burned out in the pan. This season is a wrap, and next year will be even worse. Another new offensive coordinator, another offensive line rebuild, limited draft picks, bottom third in cap space, vets departing. I don't know, man. But 23 was their only shot. Foxy, ass and cheeks.
Oh, no.
Across the whole board, or what's going on up there, dude?
I don't agree with this overreaction. Okay, this year, yeah, it's going to be tough to make the playoffs. We can probably only afford to lose one more game, and we have some tough ones coming up. But with all that being said, I think next year, easier schedule. Guys will be healthier. MCDC will hire an OC, so he doesn't have to be OC. I think that's a big deal, and I think we'll be A-OK. We still got the dogs. We still got the players. We're still young. It's just been a tough year, tough schedule, the whole thing. I'm not losing all hope yet, but
you sound bummed out.
I'm definitely bummed out. This weekend was a kick in the dick.
Sounds like you're trying to talk yourself into that opinion, Foxy.
Yeah. You read that from somebody else, and now you're trying to buy into it, or what?
No, I try not to lose a lot of hope, but Thursday we get our ass kicked by the Packers. We got to play the best team in the league in the Cowboys, and then we got to play the best team in the NFC in the Rams. I mean, it's not looking good right now.
Sorry, it was fun.
Let's go around.
Just glad I'm not a Michigan fan and had to eat that one too, because there was a lot of people that are Lions fans and Michigan fans. That's tough.
Yeah, they caught a little 1-2 there.
Yeah.
And Michigan State now go green.
Yeah.
Go white, Pat Fitzgerald era. Here we go. Come on, boys.
That might be the best hire of the coaching cycle.
Why no one else clapped?
Well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot
Feels
of
like
things.
a good hire. Feels like a good hire, man.
I think it was a great hire. As soon as I saw it come across the algo, I was like, Fitzgerald, I forgot he was available. He just got done with a lot of things about a lot of things.
Yep.
I think he's on a revenge tour.
Yep.
And also, hey, what they said about me, what? Is kind of his run right now, and he won games in Northwestern. I don't think they had a lot of guys, I think
went to a Big Ten championship.
From exactly. From what I've been told, too, Michigan State does have some money behind it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a great fit. Underdog, chip on the shoulder, everything Michigan State represents, and then allegedly there's even more money coming, but who knows? We'll see.
Maybe Michigan State runs the Big Ten now.
They might.
I mean, undefeated in basketball right now.
Oh,
really?
Hey, hold on though. Who was the team that beat the shit out of everybody? There was a college basketball team that won by 30.
Michigan.
Michigan is
they looked
for
good.
real.
They
look good.
They were the first team ever to beat 3 tournament teams from the season before by 30.
Damn.
To start a season, I guess they won by like 40, won by 35, and won by.
They played Gonzaga in like championship of whatever, like Thanksgiving week tournament, and it was in Ken Palm, which is what a lot of people use for like the best basketball teams in America's rankings. It was the highest ever non-conference one, and they beat Gonzaga by like 40.
What?
Yeah, they're
like
killing.
Holy
shit! They're killing everybody right now. Yeah.
They're very good.
The Big Ten is a problem. Iowa's good. Michigan State's good. Michigan's good. Illinois is good.
Indiana.
Purdue's good. Yeah,
Is Indiana good?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
they're
actually are.
undefeated.
The Big Ten is a wagon.
They're undefeated. This guy, yeah, of course he is. His boy shooting the ball really.
His boy's a good player. Yeah.
Yes, he is. We didn't get to see a lot of him at West Virginia last year. Funny how that works out. Fucking guy.
How's WVU at hoops?
I think we're bopping the wood.
Bringing it.
I think we're bopping the wood.
Russ Hodges boys got him going in the right direction.
Rick Pitino's boy, just his team, Xavier, they came in and beat West Virginia, and they stink. But outside of that, they look good.
West Virginia, we lost the game?
Yeah, Xavier handled them.
Well, that's the thing. We're still trying to find who.
I get it.
We got good recruits coming in, though. We had the highest ranked recruit in the history of basketball coming in. Kevin might go over
They're
it.
6-2.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
And we're trying to get better by March. They say January.
Don't you play like 1AA teams the first like 6 or 7 games?
No.
Usually, most squads do.
I don't know about any of that.
From what I've seen.
I don't know about any of that.
Bring Huggy Bear back. They need Huggy Bear. We know that.
It's January, February.
Izzo.
No, we're talking about the West Virginia coach right now, and his last name is Hodge. It's January, February, Hodge, April.
Okay. It's a new one.
Not Merrill.
I look forward to it.
Okay, that's his name. Jeez, let's get to the next. We beat the shit out of Pitt. I know that. 71-49.
Pitt beat Ohio State on a buzzer beater.
Ipso facto, West Virginia would run the fucking Big Ten. Okay, now that we have everything understood.
Come on over.
Well, we need Texas Tech to get out of the Big 12. We need them.
Take them first.
Just too good. Too much money.
Then West Virginia.
Smart money, not just money. It's like
I know.
Calculate.
Young people with money as well too. That will continue to give as you keep winning.
And they build up their suites. Their suites. Their suites are the nicest suites I've ever seen. Brand new. They want to come to the games.
They're also very good at basketball.
They are very
good. And softball, they spend $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Final Four.
They would like their sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, national championship.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Najee Kennedy.
Yeah, every game she pitched.
Nope.
Dog. Lost in the finals. She's back there, right?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
They've been to how many? Haven't they been like 3 straight Elite Eights?
On that note, Crooks just went crazy.
Yeah.
Do you see what Crooks did?
Yeah.
Crooks just went absolutely crazy. Look out for the Cyclones winning it all this year. If she's going to continue to do the stuff that she does on a basketball court, I don't know how anybody stops her. Honestly, I have no idea how anybody stops her. You can't stop her. She gets the rock and she just goes and does whatever she wants and ends up a bucket. She's a weapon. They're the odds-on favorite to win a national championship?
I doubt it.
Hell
I think
no.
South Carolina.
What are you talking about?
Fuck no. I love big body Audi, but we got Sarah Strong. We got dogs at UConn.
UConn? You guys, your coaches go to Colorado
dogs.
State?
They're 15th.
What's that?
They're 15th in odds to win the Natty.
Like that value.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I'll take that. Who's
Connecticut's the favorite.
Where's Fairfield?
Okay.
South Carolina, Texas.
All right, let's get to another overreaction, shall we? It's fucking pretty. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but I've had it with this fucking Steeler team. I'd rather be tortured in a North Korea prison where my teeth were ripped out one by one than watch another snap of this fucking sad sack of a shit team. Fire Tomlin and coaching staff into the fucking sun, not the moon.
No.
The sun. Mm-hmm. Now, I do assume that Buck and Prenny here, will, much like Tone, have positive thoughts about Coach Tomlin if there was to be a parting of ways in some time to pass. But boy, these Steelers fans are sick of punting on football season, basically, is what they're doing. Mm-hmm. They look forward to and gear up to football season. And then within the first 3 weeks of the year, they know if their team can win a Super Bowl or not. And for the last 10, it's just been like, nah, we can't. And I think they'd like to enjoy the fall. They'd like to see a little bit of change. I don't want to speak out of pocket.
We would like to enjoy the fall. Also, these assholes showed some bright spots in the first month of the season, so it made it worse. We thought, maybe the team can do it. Maybe they'll get better. Nope, they've gotten worse every single week.
Leads at halftime at home against a lot of teams, but they lose by double digits to Seattle Seahawks, Green Bay Packers, and now the Buffalo Bills with the lead at half. You got Yinzers flocking down there. It's hard to get down there. We got tunnels and hills, traffic. I mean, a lot of shit to get down there. They get all the way down there in the cold, get into that stadium, and this team fucking loses by 2 scores at least. Yeah, fucking right.
They run the same running play 20 times for 260 yards.
That was asinine.
So disheartening.
Josh Allen was laughing.
Don't fucking run Renegade. Josh Allen was laughing.
He was laughing on his touchdown. I mean, it was like one of the most non-Pittsburgh things. I mean, he's in the end zone laughing. Like, that is just not what any of us even
in the kitchen.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, exactly. He's cooking bacon in his underwear in Pittsburgh.
I used to be a fan of his.
Fucked up.
You used to be a fan of who?
Josh Allen. He reminded me of 7. Not anymore. 7 wouldn't any do any bullshit like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Cackle.
Well said.
All right, let's get to the next one, shall we? Jeez Louise. This is from Salvi. At Salvi93, go Bills. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Bills just ran through the steel curtain like it was a tissue paper table at a tailgate. Old man Rogers was nearly driven back to Ayahuasca Town. Let the Bengals come and get declawed, then off to Foxborough to get our fucking chain back. Hashtag Bills Mafia. You feeling good about the Bills after the ass beating they just gave to the Pittsburgh Steelers? I think I am.
I think that was like a morale builder, big confidence boost for a Buffalo Bills team. They really came together. And anytime you have success running like this, especially when you don't have to get all, you're not throwing anything crazy at him. You're not trying to trick him. You're just pretty much letting them know, hey, we're running right here, pal. You got to figure out a way to stop us. And when they could not stop you, I think that's a thing that not only your O-line, but your whole team kind of gains a lot of confidence from.
Congrats to the Buffalo Bills.
Their 2 starting tackles were out, just so everybody knows that, too.
Yeah, so they're only going to get better.
Demoralized. But no, Bills, I don't think they scare anybody at the top right now.
Whoa. So what are you saying about the Steelers?
What we've been saying for the last 3.5 hours. They absolutely stink. But the Bills, you got Josh Allen, but I don't think
that's it.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to run the ball down the throat. The Broncos, the Patriots, you're not going to be able to do that.
The other team that they mentioned in that overreaction, the Bengals, if anything, kind of feeling pretty good about the Bengals. They just forced Lamar into 4 turnovers. It was insane.
On that note, here is another overreaction from Carly Stollard. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Joe Burr is back. It's December 1st, and Joey B is 18-4 in his career in December. Don't look now, but the Cincinnati Bengals run the table and sneak into the playoffs, especially with the Ravens and Steelers both being ass. Who they? You know, Joey Burrow as a starter, 8-0 his last 8 games.
He's good.
Okay? He wins whenever he's playing. Now, the Baltimore Ravens, we all have a lot of questions about, and why this season has gone the way that it's gone and where they are and all of that type of shit. We will certainly be talking about that this offseason. But with the Cincinnati Bengals still having a shot at this whole thing, and Joey B, given the answer that he gave before, it's a kid's game. We get paid a lot of money to do it, so I'm going to go do that. Most relatable thing we've heard from a starting quarterback in a long time, Joey looks good, D-Butt. Now, none of us believe that the way their team is built, they can actually win in the playoffs. But if they were able to make it, I think that would be a hell of a story coming out of Cincinnati this season.
It's kind of the same situation we were in last year. At this point in the season, they had to go on a run. They had their playoffs basically started now, and they can't lose. And that's just a tough spot to be in as a team, especially with how their team is constructed. Offensively, even when Burrow was out, they were going to put up 30, plus points. But whenever Burrow is taking snaps and Jamar Chase is out there, they got a chance to beat anybody on any given Sunday. Don't have faith in their defense, but one of the best quarterbacks in the league whenever he's healthy and out there taking snaps. So they got a chance week in and week out, especially in this division where nobody I don't know what's going on with Baltimore. Like, their offense just looks.
They stink.
Yeah, they stink on both sides of the ball. They're just not who we expect them to be at this point in the season. Lamar doesn't look the same for whatever reason. Very, very concerned with kind of everybody right now in the AFC North.
Joey B can spin that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez Louise, he can spin it. And it's just like without missing he's been out.
Yeah.
On his back, and it's just right on cue.
Yep.
And to your point about last season, he's been expected to be perfect down the stretch, and he has been. That's that December football talk that Carly was chatting about. Crazy stuff. Good for the Bengals. Who's the ruler of the jungle going for? AJ, you going to rule the jungle maybe? Hi.
No, I don't think so. I mean, did they win when Speed was there or no? Was that when Joe Burr came?
No, they lost, and then he went and watched the MLS game, and they lost 0-2.
He had a tough run in Cincinnati.
Well, he was good in the ring, though. I don't know if you saw
great
that.
in the ring. Yeah, he was. Front foot.
He was at War Games?
He should have been.
He should be, yeah. He's good. He's good at basically everything.
Was he the masked man?
Ooh, we don't know. Actually, I think I know who the masked man was. Just from looking at it, I think I know that person. I think I know him pretty well.
Did Cena have a co-ed match? Like that?
No, he got his ass beat by some women, though, yeah.
Okay.
In the ring?
Badass women, though. Let's not get crazy here.
Yeah, duh.
Was it not a real match?
Last time
he hit the Tejada. He got hit by a Tejada bomb by
Miguel
Raquel
Tejada bomb, yeah.
Rodriguez.
Oh.
Then he took the rocks, pop rocks from Roxanne Perez.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, he jumped his speed out of there. Yeah. I mean, that's what happens whenever you mix it up with the judgment.
War Games, baby.
And then Liv Morgan came and kicked him in the wee-wee. She called him John Wiener afterwards.
Oh,
that's not right.
That's clever.
Yeah, but
it is clever.
She got him. I mean, she did one of these.
That's Liv
John
football,
was so
baby.
happy. It's my last PLE. Holy shit. Thank you, Liv. And she, I don't think so. Fucking wee-wee, no. She backs up.
Did the fans love that?
I'll tell you what, there's Big Pop, Dominic Mysterio, once again, the IC champ. And
what?
Yeah, in San Diego, Petco Park, 48,000.
I did see EO Sky.
Off the top with the
great spot.
Yeah, it is a good spot. It was interesting how it all came together, because when you go off the top there, as somebody that has been a part of a War Games match, boy, it's not just the top of the cage, it's also where your head is, because this is where your eyes are. So, cage is how high? And then your head is up there. I'll tell you what, looking down looks a lot further than you thought it was going to when you were standing up there and you're standing on the ground and looking up there. Couldn't imagine. I mean, craziness. Absolute craziness.
Those people in the ring, they were dazed for so long.
Yeah, they were. Well, you kind of get hypnotized by the whole moment. Look how high that person is. Boom!
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it all goes.
Good, though. Good watch.
Let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? Colin Groom at Colin Groom. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Matt LaFleur is in his bag, bullying his way through the NFC North, and he's doing it from his barber's chair. The Packers will finish the season as the number 1 seed in the NFC. Hashtag never a doubt. Ty picks all these overreactions. Why this one for the Green Bay Packers?
Just because, a lot of people have been shitting on LaFleur the last several weeks, even when they've been winning, and I thought Thursday, he coached to win that game. Like, they were very aggressive on fourth down. Like, they kind of needed to bully the Lions to do so. And Diggs has been talking about it. I basically want to do whatever I can to make sure that Jeff Hafley stays the defensive coordinator of the Packers.
Good.
So
he's not.
Anytime I can give LaFleur all the credit for them winning and none of it to Jeff Hafley, I'm going to continue to do that.
That's smart play. That's an ownership move. That's what you are. You're an owner of this Packers team. AJ, they got obviously the Bears a couple times down the stretch. You think the Packers showcased on Thanksgiving that they can be a team that can actually win the Super Bowl?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I think because we had a lot of great games yesterday, like you forget about what these guys did on Thanksgiving Day. But yeah, this is one of those things we talked about. This could have been a little turning point for the Green Bay Packers this year where they kind of put their foot on the gas and don't look back now.
Jack White and Eminem.
Killed. Great.
Yeah. Great work, boys.
Absolute domination of a halftime show. A lot of people might not know all of Jack White's work or all of the White Stripes' work, and then you realize when you're watching, this guy's a fucking rock star. Yeah, will he be entertaining? Yeah, the fucking rock star will be entertaining. I think he will. And the fact that he's actually playing. The fact that he's actually playing, actually singing. And I like the way they set it up with the tight crowd, active crowd. Obviously, This is Eminem directing it and producing it. And then him coming out to Till I Collapse off of the cadence call. Left, yo, left. That's from one of the mixtapes, I think, from way back in the day. I think it was perfect. I think it was absolutely perfect and set the tone, for what halftime shows can be. Post Malone in Dallas, I think, having to follow Jack White and Eminem is certainly not a great spot to be in. Post Malone, obviously platinum certified, absolute beast. Didn't have as much, didn't have any guest appearances, didn't have any surprise drop-ins. And then Lil Jon, I saw him in the morning at the Macy's parade.
Yeah,
I saw him at the Macy's parade.
Didn't see him.
I think they had him up on where you walk out and there's like a landing area in a stadium. I don't know.
Right behind the goalpost.
Yeah, it felt like he was up on one of those as opposed to on the field. So, John, let him fucking explore the space. Let him explore the space.
His catalog.
Oh. He turned up the fucking Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. He turned it up. He showed up in there, and literally everybody, even in your living room, you had to. Mackenzie, my daughter, started. Then K-pop girls went.
The Demon Hunters?
Yeah, the Demon Hunters. Huntrix or something like that. They're fucking good at getting demons and singing catchy tunes. Daughter loves it. All right. Last one here from Sleeper Chiefs. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Chiefs are dead until we're not after we beat Houston. Win and look great, lose and look pitiful. Nothing makes sense. Nobody knows what the hell is going on in the league. The AFC is wide open and we might miss the freaking dance. I don't even want to be around anymore. All right. On that note, that's football, baby. Let's watch tonight. Who do you have again?
Patriots.
Me as well. D-Butt?
I'll go with the Giants. They'll cover.
Okay. I like that, D-Butt. Boys, great work. Let's enjoy the hell out of this. It's December. It's meaningful football time. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to be a part of your life and for doing this for a living. You're the greatest people on earth. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.